Alright, are we live? Are we live this time? Is it actually working? I'll reduce the volume for the music. Okay, we're good. That was weird actually, because everything was green for like, you know, a few minutes, and then I was like, huh, like it's just not like I was like, no one's in chat. Where's one drunk man? Where's people? I was like, oh, today must be a bad day to stream. I was like, oh man, today is a bad day to stream, because no one was around. I was like, oh, maybe this is how I get canceled. Like, just people just stop, like completely just stop showing up. They're like, oh, he got partnered. Okay, done. No more. That was the journey. Anyway, hello my friends. How are you all? Obsidian, Poner, what's up? ODM, hello. Thomas, yo, Bupil, hello. Gam, how are you? Alrighty. So yeah, so we do have a 7V to build today. So let's get on to it. Let me see what we have here. First of all, One Drunk Man, thanks so much for the resub. Thank you so much for 10 months. ODM VIP when? Why not? Let's just do it. It'll be short-lived, but I'll give you VIP for today. How about that? For the validation. Poggers. Coggers. Alright. So, look at that little gem. Actually, maybe I should do that. That could be fun. You get VIP for a stream, just so you can show off that diamond badge. We have so many new emotes. I know, right? Isn't it so great? I love it so much. New emotes was the ultimate goal for partner, to be honest with you. Like that was what I really wanted, was more emote slots. It was not about the check mark. It was not about the clout. No, none of that shit. It was all about the emotes. Alright. Just dropping by to say hi. Busy at work. Tax season in New Zealand. No fun. Oh, I see. Wait, 10 peaches. Are you an accountant? Or do you just have to do your taxes? It was all to get Miyago fight? I know. Alright, so I have these parts here. Let's see. I have some stabs that I was testing earlier, actually. And now let's get the contact pad out. My switches are right here. They're just recently lubed. We got some screws and some bump-ons, I think. Oh, and the gaskets. Here's our plates. I use an FR4 plate today. We have our PCB. And today's 7V is white. Once again. We have another white 7V today. Seems like E-White was a pretty popular color, actually. But I actually don't know what color was ordered the most. Like that, I actually just don't know the stats for, so it's hard to say. E-White is the way. E-White is pretty nice, that's for sure. It's a very, very nice color. Alright, let's put these on the side for now. So for switches, we have our Lavenders with Deskeys films and 205. Alright, so y'all have seen a white 7V before. Let's take off this wrap here. Is it taped? Yeah, okay. Whew, brand new. Oh no, not white. Yeah, E-white was ordered the most. I'm not surprised. There you guys. There you guys. Up in the camera there. You can see my setup. My setup's nothing special, to be honest, just cables running up there. Anyway, yeah. Fun stuff. Yo, Tony, what's up, my friend? Happy 9 months. Thank you so much for the resub. VIP channel point reward? Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. Although, being VIP doesn't really give you anything special other than just like bragging rights. You get bragging rights. But I feel like channel point reward for VIP is actually kind of like not very VIP-esque, you know what I mean? Like if you're a VIP, you should be treated like one, meaning that the person who treats you like a VIP knows that you're a VIP. If you just spend points for a VIP position, it's just like getting tickets at the front of a concert, you know? Like all you gotta do is pay money, right? I think a real VIP is someone that you really do want to treat like they're up there, you know, like they are a very important person, right? But anyway, that's kind of like what I think about VIP. Oh, you work for the tax office, government employee. Oh, I see. Do government employees in New Zealand also work just like daytime hours? Like, I mean, here it's like 9 to 5 is the standard, but does it happen the same way in New Zealand? I don't know. Something I just wondered because I used to be a government employee at one point in time. So yeah. Yeah, at one point I worked for the government, so I also had a 9 to 5 job, kind of, although not really, because I was in R&D. I was in research and development, and so that one required more hours if we had deadlines. But it was still technically 9 to 5 officially. Alright, we have a FR4 plate today, where I was asked not to use a foam for today. We're going to test out the PCB first, as usual. Where's my cable? Oh, good morning, Oz. How are you? Perry and I will come visit you sometime this year, Tony says. Dude, that would be great. I would love to see you guys. I feel like, yeah, I mean, I have friends who like come to the city to visit, but it's actually not as frequent as you might think. People kind of people in the West Coast have to always be like, oh, can you like just come out to LA? It's like, I get it that y'all think that the West Coast is the best coast and all that, but New York City is a fun place to visit, I have to say. It's probably much more fun to visit than to... Actually, well, I personally think that's much more fun to live here, but most people will tell you that it's better to just visit. Because, you know, you don't have to deal with the craze up here. Even though it's not really that much. Yeah. Well, I love living here, so... That's just me. I love living here. We're going to do a 6.25U bottom row today. So it's going to be slightly different from last time. There's a certain ambiance you only get in New York City. That is true. Yo, Kungbin, hello. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by stream. This is your first time here, right? Welcome, welcome. No higher honor than getting a VIP from a streamer. Just saying. Oh, you should get VIP next time, Oz, if you're here next time, because I think you are a superb photographer, and I truly admire your skills. I particularly admire the way you portray the method, like the methodology of your work. I think that's the better part. I admire good teachers a lot more than I admire experts on subjects or you know, connoisseurs. Connoisseurs are cool and all, but they can also be pretty arrogant, you know. I admire people who know how to teach. Teachers are far and few in between, and I do think you do a very good job of instructing people how you do your work, and I think that's pretty cool. East Coast is Beast Coast. East Coast is nice, but I have to say the only thing that I don't like about the East Coast is certain. I actually do like the density of the East Coast of the United States, but what I don't like about the East Coast is just when it gets like really humid, hot and humid, like it has been the past week in New York City. It's finally gonna cool off starting tomorrow. I think it's gonna start getting cool, like a little bit cooler, but the past let's see, since maybe last Friday, it's been about it's like 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is somewhere in the 30 to 35 degrees Celsius for those who do Celsius, and it's also been humid, so it's been quite insufferable. It's been horrible. I should build my 7V, but I'm too lazy to lube switches. Yeah, tell me about it. I have to build a bunch of stuff, but I also am too lazy to lube switches. As it is, I'm busy lubing client build switches, but doing my own is like even more agonizing than you think it is. Yeah. LA has too much traffic, I agree. Not needing a car in New York City is like the best thing ever. Like nothing like the feeling of not needing a car here. I have to admit, it's the number one thing I don't miss about living anywhere else in the US is it's like driving and being stuck in traffic. Certainly the worst thing that you can be doing during a day, I think. Aside from obviously like if you have really bad circumstances, well, that's a different story, but yeah. Alright, PCB works. We can snap it later. Let's see. Oh yeah, also Kongbin, since you put the Game Chops playlist, I like can't get enough of it because I love game music overall. And so it's like, for me, I was like, oh my god, the fact that I can use it freely on Twitch is such a good thing. So yeah, I've been on that binge ever since last stream. Yeah. Let's see, we're flexible 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Wait, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. is such a long work schedule. 10 peaches. Also, JT Jet, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate it. Hello, hello. Let's see. Don't need a car in New York City. Prefer that because I hate rental cars. Rental cars I guess do suck. Yeah. Rental cars do suck, like, a lot. Let's see. East Coast fun to visit. Yeah, after living East Coast for a couple years, I miss SoCal so much. I could see that. If you are from SoCal, I understand why you would miss SoCal a ton. Like, if you grew up in SoCal, or if you grew up, like, out in California, even, like, if you're from the Bay Area, it's the same thing. Like, you would miss it a lot, you know? I understand that. I feel like it actually goes both ways. People who are from New York, they get really homesick when they are away from the city, and people who grow up in California are like the same way. Like they get really homesick and stuff. They like people have very, very strong prides in either coast, specifically California and New York. But yeah, I hate I hate traffic, but I like driving. Oh, I like driving long distances. I love driving long distances. Like I love road trips. I love traveling by car. That stuff is actually not bad for me. But I don't like being stuck in traffic or going slow in a city road or like, you know, whatever. But like if I'm out in the highway or like in the mountains or something, I like driving. Yeah. Like I don't mind if the driving is like, you know, like in the mountains, like there's like a lot of curves and stuff. I enjoy that. I'm okay with that. Or even like slightly bumpy roads are okay. But yeah, just being in the city and stuck in the traffic or something like that is what I really don't like. So yeah. All right, let's see. We have Lube here. Well, I guess I'll just bring out the little pad. Might as well. Sorry about the background noise. Obviously, that's just my AC running because it's really hot today. Or at least it's just been like really warm. Music is a lifesaver in traffic? Oh, for sure. Good chance to find new songs? Yeah, I guess that is true. I can see why you'd say that. You can start 6 a.m. and finish at 2 p.m. Wait, 6 a.m. and finish at 2 p.m.? 8 hours? Okay. Wait, 8 hours of work is not bad at all. Well, wait, that's the same as 9 to 5. Never mind. Okay, yeah. 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. is actually really nice if you want to like spend the rest of the afternoon to do specific daytime things. That's actually pretty good. I wouldn't mind that actually. I wouldn't mind shifting my schedule up in the morning, so I can like get out early and do daytime stuff like on the weekday. You know what I mean? That would actually be kind of nice. The only people who can't choose the ones working in the contact center. Oh, aka hell. Oh yeah, contact center does sound like hell. But that's like any like support or like kind of like basically like hospitality almost is hell. Like any job in that particular like area is just really difficult. As the clouds do, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you so much for 2 months. Appreciate it. Podcasts are lifesavers. Yeah, I like listening to podcasts, but I don't listen to many. So I would actually hear out any recommendations for podcasts. I actually am not a podcast head person. I just started exploring podcasts a little bit. So I'm happy to hear out recommendations. Better actually if you tell me over on Discord when like either after the stream or during the stream, but just like leave it there. I actually will take recommendations for podcasts because I do like listening to podcasts while I commute and stuff. Yeah, recently I've been trying to do a little bit more of that kind of stuff. I'm not into audiobooks though. I actually cannot do audiobooks for several reasons, but at least one of them is that I just really enjoy reading. So, or at least like the act of reading is much more enjoyable than audiobooks for me, so I just can't trade that experience basically. Yeah, that's basically kind of how I feel about audiobooks. I've forgotten what an 8-hour workday feels like. Yeah. There's no way 8-hour workdays. What is that? I mean, I kind of have like 8-hour workdays these days, but it's also because it's self-imposed in a way. But I still actually do bits of work outside too, so it's kind of not really 8-hour workdays. Yeah. What keycaps are you planning on putting on this board? I have no idea, Thomas. I need to think about it, but I don't know. Anything? I don't know. It could be anything. Could be beige, could be something else. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get to it. Well, someone wants Handerbite for the typing test apparently. So, I guess I'll permit it this time. It's been a while. But we can pick something else for like the pictures or for like for display purposes. Actually, I'm not sure if I will be taking pictures because I already took it for the other white one. It's kind of a lot of work. Takes time, man. Takes time taking pictures and stuff, and then edit them, making sure everything's fine. Yeah, it takes a while. I usually just do it for one of each kind of variant of things, but I try not to do like more. Try not to do it for everything just because it's just a lot of work. The other one with Shoko was nice. Oh yeah, that one was really nice for sure. I still have that board here, but it's actually without the keyset now because I moved the keyset over to my board. But yeah, the Shoko one came out pretty nice. And the photos look pretty clean. I actually really appreciate the fact that I got those dust masks from Kinetic Labs the other day. Those really that Blue Horizons dust mask was pretty much a perfect fit for the background for that board. It was really nice. Handerbite isn't that bad on E-White. Handerbite is not bad on black, E-White, and I actually don't like it on silver as much. I don't like it on gray either. And red, I guess. Red, E-White, and black have been okay with Handerbite that I've seen. The rest, whatever. Oh, top cam froze. Oh, what's going on with this? Is it the heat? I wonder if it's the heat actually, guys. Yeah, the top cam thing is it's been recurring more often than before. Might be the heat though. Do you have a Sony? I do. But the A6400 is supposed to be past that problem. Like, it's supposed to have been fixed on A6400 for like the overheating issue. But I heard it still can happen, but yeah. It's either that or it's probably current pull. Maybe it's like my AC running might be pulling too much current and might be triggering a supply cut on my computer side, which is really weird, but it can happen, I guess, electrically. If things pull too much current on one end. Yeah, I've definitely like, I mean, it's not like a fuse blowing up or anything, but yeah, it just happens. That's a good hypothesis. The cam freezes because more in the summer, then it could be heat. I mean, yeah, it's been happening recently, but I could actually correlate that issue with also like Streamlabs OBS these days, because remember last time I had like what? How many? I had like 3 disconnects last stream, if I recall. Like when I was building the Primus, I think I had like 2 or 3 disconnects that stream, and that one was like, well, no, actually that day was hot too, but still, like it's been kind of weird these days. Like I've been having connection issues, I've been having camera freezing issues, kind of all at once. It's hard to determine what the problem is. Could be just the heat though. Could be just the heat, and like maybe at the same time with the, you know, with the current being pulled from the AC and all that stuff. I don't know. Could be anything. I just don't know for sure. It's been concerning me a bit though, because I'm, you know, I just want things to work. For a while things were okay though, but yeah, maybe it is just a summer season. It's all compounded. Maybe your room is haunted? Yeah, I would believe that. That's a very valid hypothesis, TBH. Definitely haunted? Oh yeah, for sure. Ghosts? No, I am the ghost, maybe. You know, I've always thought about that a little bit. like when I was a kid, I used to enjoy reading those like scary stories and stuff. I mean, kind of like you know, like watching like Are You Afraid of the Dark or like Goosebumps and stuff. I always would think about like, what if a ghost actually lived where you lived? Like you had like a ghost roommate basically, or something. What would you do? Would you GTFO? Would you just talk to them? Goosebumps was my jam. Goosebumps was great. I mean, I would read it. I didn't like really watch. I would read. I like reading. It's all about the imagination, you know. How do you think the Tomo will measure up to the 7V? I think they're very different. Tomo is top mount, so Tomo is gonna be like just like any other top mount board that you've probably seen out there. A lot of top mount boards out there. So I think for anyone asking about the Tomo, it's just gonna be a good old top mount, man. Like I don't know what people are trying to figure out like from those questions. Like it's just a top mount board. Top mount's been tried and true. It works. It types well. People like top mount. Top mount's great. I mean, top mount's amazing. It just works. It just works. And UT's been, you know, making he's made many boards now, so he kind of knows what he's doing. So I don't feel like it'll be a flop. That's as much as I can say. Like, if you like the aesthetic, you should get it, you know, and you have the money for it, of course. But if you're concerned about the typing or whatever, I wouldn't worry too much about it, just because it's kind of like it's been tried and true. Like he's done it before. Just because it's a 75%. Actually, well, it's not even like technically his first 75%, because like, you know, like Elaine from Singa, like Yuzi taught a lot of stuff to Elaine of Singa. So it's like that, you know. It's like it's not like his first rodeo, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. JD is the ghost. Haha. The coolest thing about it was a tactile font on the books. Oh yeah, I remember the tactile font on the Goosebumps books. Those were cool. Did Harry Potter book covers also have that? The tactile font? I remember. Do you like the movie Ghost? Work clay, then try to sleep with it? A haunting King Friday 7's pants. Top mount could be plateless if the PCB is mounting correct. Top mount could be plateless. No, because what your mount. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Sure. Yes. If you're mounting the PCB, then you can have top mount. Yeah. If you're mounting the PCB, like if the PCB is the thing that has the screw holes, and you're putting screws through them and putting them into the case instead of like a plate, then yeah, you would call that a PCB's top mounted, right? PCB is being top mounted. Yeah. Normally, when we say top mount keyboard, though, we are referring to the plate being mounted to the top piece, right? The Jur A06 TKL, the Jur 80, it's also called by some people. The Jur 80, basically, that is a keyboard that has PCB top mount. That keyboard mounts solely the PCB to the top case. So that's an example of a board that did that exactly. The embossed text on the covers is very nice. Yeah. If I was married to Demi Moore, I'd try hard not to be a ghost. Facts. I'm also excited for the frog. Such an elegant case, top mount too. Yeah, the F284 also is coming, right, by Gian. He's doing I read his most recent announcement. I think he was settling for polished stainless steel for the like mirror polishing for the finish of the weight, which is for the fans of polished stuff. That's great news. He said he didn't like sandblasted. I like the look of sandblasted personally, but polish looks cool on stainless steel for sure. it kind of, it's like, oh, shiny, you know. So that's gonna raise price a little bit for the F284, but yeah, the Frog is gonna be pretty price accessible relatively. Mr. Gion definitely is gonna be pushing out quite a lot of boards over the next, pretty much over the rest of this year. Pretty much is basically what's slated for this, for these two releases, right? It's gonna be Frog and F284, right? Those two are gonna be pretty big releases. Yeah. Good for him though. It's definitely shaping up to be a pretty successful project, hopefully. But yeah. Sandblasted weights definitely feel more satisfying. Well, so yeah. So what I like about sandblasted weights is really just that I can't mess it up, you know? It's hard to mess up a sandblasted weight. Like the only way you mess up a sandblasted weight is literally like if you get something like, you know, like if you dirty it up somehow or if you scratch it. But for polished stuff, everything's so noticeable. I hate it. Like, I hate the fact that like I can't touch it. I hate the fact that like literally dust gets on it and just like stays there. It's just everything sticks to it. It's just so annoying. It's too much work. It's cool to look at, but that's about it. But that only lasts like maybe like during the first few times you build it and you're like, oh, and then it's gone. That whole novelty is gone after a little bit, you know? Yeah, so that's why polish for me, it's like whatever. It's cool at first, but it gets old fast. Top cam froze? Oh, again. Whoa, what the fuck is going on? Okay, I think it is the AC actually. I think it is the AC. I think the AC is pulling too much current. That's kind of sad. do we just do a no top cam stream? Let me try something. Top cam died, I know. Do you have the same kind for face and top? No, it's not the no, they're two different things. Maybe I'll do something here. Okay, maybe that should help. Hopefully. You mean a no AC stream? Yo, no, too sweaty for that. I would hate myself so much for doing that. If I committed to a no AC stream, it would be truly, oh god, too much pain. Too much suffering. I can't stand the heat. Specifically like this humid heat that we have today. Or lately rather. It's been rather brutal. But yeah, I imagine it is the I do imagine the current top cam situation might be because of the AC. It's my hypothesis just because it's the only thing that literally changed in between earlier and now. AC off, shirt off, hot tub on. Oh my god. We're in the makers and crafting category, okay? There's a pools, baths, and hot tubs category that you can, you know, navigate yourself towards. They have excellent content if you're a big fan of hot tubs. I'm sure they will cater precisely to your tastes. Hey Lightning, couldn't join last stream, hope you're doing alright. Hey Jampod, how are you doing? You're up pretty late. Make a new niche, makers and crafting while at the beach. That'll be funny. Well, so isn't that like sandcastle making? Sand keyboard making. So literally Black Simon. Just kidding. Am I tripping or is that a massive tiger plushie on my bed? Yes it is, Mr. Glar says hello, welcome. And it is a massive, it is a 6-foot tiger plushie on my bed. His name is JD, exclamation JD if you want the full name of Mr. JD. But JD is the in a way the mascot of this channel, because JD was, you know, the inception of JD's presence in this room was thanks to the viewers of this stream. People recommended, people donated for me to purchase said massive tiger plushie, and I did. And we had a short naming contest, and the full name of JD was recommended by Mr. Gam, who's currently in chat, Chill Gam, and it stuck. Forbidden feeling sandy stabs. Oh my god. That's horrible. Can confirm Black Simon, yes. Toxic. Oops. Oh, tiger body comfort device. Hey. Don't you dare treat JD as a body comfort device. Don't you dare objectify JD. Did you just assume that JD is an object? How dare you? Max on deck, welcome. Y'all came in at the most wholesome time of stream, is when people spent 9,000 channel points for me to hug my massive 6-foot tiger plushie. Never mind. I'll just go ahead and keep doing this. Hello, welcome everyone. How are y'all doing? Good evening. Hello. Justice for JD. This is JD, exclamation JD for his full name. His full name is Jose Diego Luis Escobar Martinez de Guanajuato. Hello. P-Wade Monka S. Hello, Mr. P-Wade. I heard, oh yeah, P-Wade was the guest for today, right? How did that go? Did y'all talk about GMK analog dreams? Analog dreams, yes, analog dreams and digital nightmares. That's right. Sorry, I almost said something wrong. Oh my Santa Maria Guadalupe, that's a long ass name. It is. Anyway, this is JD. Have you guys said hi to Ron? This is Ron. Is that a Picasso print hanging behind you? This right here? No. So that is artwork by Grimy as Fuck Caps, or Gaff Caps. He's a popular resin keycap maker, artisan maker in the community. That artwork was actually created by, well, Shuangmu was the person who had those made, but basically it's like I wish I could bring it over, but it's actually kind of tough to bring down. But basically it's like this, it's like stacked cardboard, and has like a 3D texture to it. Like it kind of is basically like stacked cardboard to create illusion of three-dimensionality. So it's pretty cool. So if you look closely, it actually has like different elevations and stuff. It's very, very cool. That's close to Picasso. Close enough. GMK anal dream, says Mr. Oz. Oz is truly embracing the memes of this community. I call it GMK anal log dreams. It's still spelled almost the same. And I don't have to shorten any names. At least not done by Picasso. Hey Ben, hello. How are you doing? How's life? Go bed. I mean, y'all both are up at like 5 a.m. or whatever, or 4 a.m. perhaps, up in out there in the across the pond. So I'm kind of surprised you guys are awake at this time. In the middle of the week. Life is okay. How are you? I'm doing okay. I have to say that it's been way too hot in New York recently, so I've just been having a hard time focusing at work. To be fully honest with you, I've been very, very, very unproductive and very drowsy during the day. Weather really affects me for my productivity, and so yeah, the past 10 days have been absolutely horrible for work. Like, I basically haven't really been doing much. But I've been trying to. Yeah. But I'm doing okay other than that. I'm actually doing fine. I'm awake because sleep schedule messed up. Me too. Yo, what's up? 3-ton Jack, hello. Yo, Baby Rage. Thanks for the 2 gifted tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, my friend. Weather in Toronto is similarly hot and humid. Yeah, it's been hot and humid here too. And it's not like I don't have an air conditioner here. It's just it just kind of shifts my like rhythm, I guess. I don't know what it is. I can't say I have the best quality of sleep in general, so when my sleep gets disrupted by things like these, it really throws me off. Like, the little sleep I do get becomes non-existent, so that's really the issue, because I'm like just basically not getting sleep. Really stifles my productivity. But what can you do? The best I can do these days is try to be cognizant of it and deal with it accordingly. I take like melatonin and that kind of stuff. Trying to do exercise too. Weather in Florida is not getting any better either. I'm dying every day. Yeah, that's a mood. Low 70s in Seattle. Wow, so jealous. Yeah, Seattle has such a moderate weather, which is amazing. I do want to visit Seattle again though. It's been a few years now. I went there for the Seattle meetup back in like 2018, I think. It's a while back now. Would love to visit the area again though. I have not been, for example, to Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, nor to like, let's say, Vancouver up in Canada. Do come and Elson Kelly after ya. I think Kelly might visit at some point soon, so that would be great. At least you live somewhere that has AC. Out in PNW, air conditioning is rare. Oh, really? I'm surprised. Can't you just get like a window unit or something though, or like one of those indoor units for AC? Trouble sleeping too. Get a lot of digital nightmares. Haha, I see what you did there, Timmy. Just because you said that doesn't mean P-Wait's gonna give you a set. I do not get nightmares, fortunately. I actually tend to forget my dreams quite frequently. I actually don't remember my dreams when I wake up, oftentimes. Vancouver is beautiful, I bet. I have been wanting to visit there for sure. Speaking of dreams, I had one about keywords today. Oh, is that so? What do you You get to realize all your keyword dreams. I'm a paying customer. Epic kitting. People have been saying good things about the kitting for analog dreams, that's for sure. So I do have to say I'm a big fan of any kits that have the numpad included in the base. I am not very approving of kits that do not have the numpad in the base. Personally, I think it makes it unnecessarily expensive, because if you do want the numpad, it's like $40 or whatever, or $30, but that's a lot. That's more than what you would have to pay if it were just included. Not just that, like, yeah, it's just a hassle. I mean, it can work for some sets that sell a lot of base kits. Like if you're expecting to sell, like, you know, a few thousand units or whatever, I think it could be worthwhile. But in general, the pricing for any base kits that have no numpad in the base is kind of poor. Because not all of the sets that we've been seeing lately are expected to run like as successfully as, let's say, GMK Minimal or something, you know, or GMK Striker or something like that, for example. Although GMK Striker Round 2 had it different, but yeah. It's interesting because this was kind of actually introduced initially by I think Zambo might have been the first person to do it without the numpad. I think he might have done it first with, was it Hamon, maybe? Actually, don't remember. And yeah, and like his observations still remain true in my opinion, is that it's only worth it when the price cut's good enough. So, in my opinion, a base kit with no numpad should be less than $100 US. Should be like 90 or 95. Probably more like 90, but yeah. I think any base kit with no numpad that's above $100 US is too expensive. But GMK raised their prices? How do you know that? GMK doesn't even have price tables. They quote things custom for you, so you can't know really what their basis of their cost is. BDZ versus 205 on stab wires. I've been using 205 lately, but BDZ does work too. I use 205 a lot because I have a lot of 205. It's just what I'm used to. But yeah. Let's see. You ever jerk awake with your heart racing though? That's scary AF to me. Yes, I definitely have had, have woken up like that. You guys, what is that? What do you call that? There's an expression in Korean actually that goes for like when you're up awake at night but you can't move and you feel like this pressure on top of you, but you can't move. In Korean it's called like kawi, which kind of means like scissors, but yeah, it's like there's a thing. Sleep paralysis. Okay, that's pretty simple. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I've gotten that maybe a long time ago, but yeah, that's really scary when you do get like sleep paralysis. That's super scary. Let's see. Cam said, I was building a board with split spacebar and realized I accidentally put them flipped. I flipped them back how they're supposed to be. So random. Ryotaro, hello. How are you doing, my friend? Diego, thoughts on GMK Symbiote? I personally like GMK Symbiote. Personally, I'm a big fan of Piku Alu's work. I think GMK Dracula was a spectacular interest check. Like, probably the best interest check I have ever seen as far as production value goes, because his renders are A++. They're like S tier. They're like triple S tier stuff. Hyper realistic renders with like dust included in, and like there's just like so much, like the colors are like perfect, textures are perfect. It's great stuff. So as far as production value, his sets have amazing value for sure. Plus, I mean, GMK Dracula of course is based on something else, but it was executed really nicely. I do think Symbiote is pretty unique though, so I like it. Get dreams about failing class or missing assignment due dates. Oh yeah, those are horrible. Let's see. That's what people are apparently saying. Read GMK prices. Maybe that is true, but that's kind of odd. Scissor lock. Scissor lock is a Korean term, I guess. Yeah, scissor lock is a Korean term. Correct. In Chinese, it's called ghost pressing the bed. That is so literal. Ghost pressing the bed. Well, yeah. If a ghost sits on you, then of course you can't stand up. So I totally get that. The maker of GMK Lavender had posted a caption that said $110 base kits, but it had no numpad. Yeah, I do think it's a little pricey, don't you think? But I mean, but the thing is, it could be $110 because it was priced at 500 MOQ or something. It was priced cheaper. It was priced at a cheaper MOQ, which is why $110 if it's like 500 MOQ. Okay, fine. But that's why no numpad base kits for GMK should be priced at a very high MOQ. I'm talking about 1,000. I don't know, 1,500, 2K. I don't know what the MOQs are necessarily. I actually don't know what the high MOQs are because I have never done a extremely successful key set. Dolch R5 was okay. We sold quite a lot, but there were also a lot of extras and whatnot. You know. Oh, I need to show you guys the sample for Dolch R5. I got the sample for Dolch R5. Well, not the full set, but just the color accent sample. Symbiote looks kind of like Bingsu. Yeah, it kind of looks like a lighter Bingsu, like a washed out Bingsu. Am I going to get it? I am considering Symbiote very highly, yes, because I think it's very, very cool. I think it's cool with the Galactic Legends or whatever. Dracula IC was by far the best, not even close. Yeah, I do think it's the best. GMK Stargaze is super pretty. I haven't seen that. Symbiote is going to take 3 years with those custom colors and timeline. So just like Dracula, you're saying. The MOQ is 1,000 for GMK Lavender. Oh, I see. $110 for Lavender. Maybe it's because it includes other stuff. I don't know. Again, I do think that any GMK base kit that has no numpad and is trying to be priced close to $100 or whatever should really try to trim everything non-essential out. Like, basically the idea is that the base is really just the base, like it's like the bare minimum. Instead, but that's why I'm a big advocate for plus numpad base kits, because they have more comprehensive compatibility, and you're also able to save a few bucks from not having to split it off, basically. But anyway, that's just my take on it. But yeah, I'll go get the sample in just a second. Give me a bit. Do you know how to get in on 7V tomorrow? How? You just go onto the novelkeys.xyz extras website. I posted in my channel on Discord. If you're on Discord, you can do !Discord and you can actually check in the sponsors news channel. There's I think did I not leave a link? Let me check. I will see if I put it up there. Yeah, there's a novelkeys.xyz collections extras group by link. And over there, you can monitor that site. They will be live at 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I just posted in the chat right now. But yeah, it'll be at 9 a.m. I expect them to sell out extremely quickly, so just FYI. Yeah. Can you show the Analog Dreams Salvin close up, please? Oh yeah, sure. I can do that. Oopsie. Okay, so let me go get a few things. So someone wanted to see the Dolch sample. Someone wanted to see the Analog Dreams cap. Yeah, give me a couple. Give me a bit. Let me just go get it. Let's see. Is it for the keyboard, just extras? I believe it's for the keyboard. Yes. Do you think the 7V extras will sell out instantly? Yes, I think they will sell very, very quickly. It is the keyboard, though. Dance for the stream? No, Potato Man. No. Okay, let me go get a few things, okay? I'll BRB. Huh? What do you say, Ryotaro? What's up? Let's see. So alright. So I got here the Dolchar 5 sample. And I have some of my metallic caps here. So let's see. So this is my Dolch pack. You guys have probably seen my Dolch pack before. I've built it on stream beforehand. And okay. So, and this is the accent for Dolch R5. This is the accent color for Dolch R5. So it would go like on the enter key here, for example. Wait, are people here in chat? Is my stream dead again or something? Or are people just not around? What's going on? Oh, okay, we here. Okay, never mind. Y'all here. But yeah, that's the color for the Dolch accent. I forget which red am I using. I'm using P3, I think. I think it's P3. So yeah, there's the accent next to the Dolch. It's matched. It's basically matched to this color as close as possible. It's the closest RAL that I chose for this. Yeah. Pretty close. It's slightly lighter. I know that's slightly lighter. But it's a very nice accent color in my opinion. We can compare it to some other GMK color sets actually. With Hangul would be sick. I think so too. So I have a GMK color ring here. So the red that I chose for this set is this one, P3. I chose P3 for the red. So this is going to be the red for Dolch R5. And then compared to some other colors, for example, here at the green, blue greens, and cyan. That's how it compares. It's slightly like greener for the turquoise of the Dolch R5 accent. So TU2 is cyan. It's like GMK cyan or GMK Hyperfuse, not Origins, the previous one. That's the or it's the same accent color as Taro. For example, Taro has this cyan color, TU2. So that's like next to each other. Yeah. TU1 is the one from GMK Triumph Adler. So, and then I posted a few photos in the Dolch R5 Keycap thread as well. These are accents from like Wasabi or from like 9009. That's how they compare. I need a coloring, but I don't want to pay German shipping. I mean, if you want the coloring, you should just pay for the shipping. Might as well. Anyway, yeah, that's compared to Moto. Okay, sure, I can compare to Moto. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's compare to Modern Dolch. Modern Dolch. Where's Modern Dolch? Modern Dolch is way lighter. So Modern Dolch is very light of an accent. So this is the red over here, and then let's get those colors. Let's get the coloring again. So that's Modern Dolch, the blue or whatever. That's Modern Dolch as well. And then this is Dolch R5 accent. And then if you want to compare, this is the cyan from Taro, or like the stock cyan. Stock cyan is on the right here, TU2. So you can see how light Modern Dolce accent is. It's very, very light. Yeah. And with P3, here's a comparison with P3. P3, this is Dolce R5 accent. And then this is Dolce R5 accent, P3, and then this is Modern Dolce. Yeah. So my colors, the colors I picked are basically much more saturated, much more vivid, which I think go pretty well with Dolce. Does this have WS4? No, it has WS2. Yeah, that's it. My coloring is kind of old. I got my coloring maybe like a couple years ago, so it's a little old. I don't have a lot of the new colors. Are those new glasses, Diego? So these are not. These are actually about as new as the other ones. I got them around the same time. So the other ones are Warby Parkers, and then these are just from I Buy Direct, I think. But yeah, they're slightly different. They're slightly warmer. I mean, slightly rounder. My bad. Warmer. Slightly rounder glasses. Okay. So that's a showcase for that. And then Analog Dreams, right? Someone wanted to see? Here, Analog Dreams. New rings don't have WS4 either? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I keep all my metal caps here in like the bags because I don't want them to scratch and stuff. So Analog Dreams. Maybe I can show you Analog Dreams with the key set, I guess. Here's my good choice in accents. I'm happy as a customer. I'm glad. I'm glad. Whoever asked for Analog Dreams, it's right here. I don't know who it was. I already forgot who it was who asked, but here's Analog Dreams. Here's Analog Dreams. Oh shit. Who was asking? I don't know who it was. Is that a Salvin cap? It is. This is a Salvin Analog Dreams cap. Do you prefer R2 Sub-Legend Analog Dreams or R1 Alphas? I prefer the Latin Legends. Just regular Latin, like English Legends. Bustin' respectfully. Sheesh! Is that copper or brass? This is just aluminum. Cerakoted aluminum, I think. Yeah. But look at how good of a match it is. It's so good. It's so nice. The bust cap by Salvin. He really nailed these colors. Anyway. Yeah. I got a few of the oh, I guess I got a few of the other caps too. I mean, y'all saw the photos, but copper. Here's GMK Lavender. Is this Analog Dreams R1? Yeah, of course it is Analog Dreams R1. How could it be Analog Dreams R2 if Analog Dreams R2 is currently in group buy? Duh. This is GMK Lavender's Salvin cap. How do you guys like that? Pretty cool, right? Look, next to some lavender switches. Here's some lavender switches with the lavender keycap. Pretty cool. Salvin dish out keycaps that fast? These are prototypes. These are prototypes. So I was sent out some prototypes to photograph. Yeah, so he did a fantastic job with these. I am very pleased myself. And of course, I think he does a wonderful job for these custom Cerakoted caps. I really think he killed it. Oh, the Solaria cap is right here. How instantly do you think 7V extras will sell out tomorrow? When you ask how instantly, it already implies it's instant. So therefore you have answered your own question. So I'm not even gonna bother answering that question. But yeah, that's a Solaria cap for EPT Solaria. Oops. Yeah. Should go really well with any white on black or any monochrome sets would look really good with this cap. Yeah. But anyway, let's get on to the build again. Do you think people use bots? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's people out there who do use bots because there's just no realistic way that some things are selling out the way they are. And there is proof by, you know, vendors and otherwise that there are people who have been using bots. So yes, there are bots. There are bot users out there. Whether they do or can or cannot on these particular sales is kind of dependent on the sale, I guess, because maybe there's anti-bot measures or otherwise. But yeah, I mean, these are real concerns. There definitely are bot users out there. No doubt. Why is the solvent for Analog Dreams 2 so much more expensive, especially if you're considering it's anode alu? Wait, is it? Because well, it has a lot of colors. So the Analog Dreams cap from Salvin has like, I think it has like 5 colors, 4 colors. I think it's just hard to do it. I think they're expensive because they're just hard to make. Like, I think this splatter has 1, 2, 3. It has this, yeah, it has the green or the mint. It has the yellow. It has the beige. Wait, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors. So the Analog Dreams cap has 5 different colors. That's probably why it's more expensive. I mean, that's one way I see it. When the cap is more complex, it's going to fetch a higher price due to the amount of work required to make it. What kind of plate is that? This plate is a FR4 plate. It's basically fiberglass, which is the same material that PCBs are made out of. The PCB itself is just, you know, good old standard FR4. It just has these, right now it has these little tabs that I haven't broken out. But yeah. Can I get your opinion, experience on FR4 versus Palm versus Polycarb in terms of sound and feel? Let me think about that. So Polycarb and Palm are very similar to each other. They're both plastic at the same thickness. They're both very flexible. Polycarb, of course, can be clear or frosted. Palm tends to come in a solid color. It's like it's an opaque. It's either black or white normally. And they're both about the same as far as softness goes. They're very, very close. So if you're going for a very soft typing experience, Polycarb or Palm are both excellent choices. I would say for FR4 is, I would say, a bit more rigid than Palm or Polycarb, slightly more. Not a, like, you know, it's definitely a bit softer than aluminum, I think. But people like the sound signature a lot for FR4. I know that Mr. Upas, who might still be in chat, is a big fan of FR4 plates. He's actually like one of the biggest fans of FR4 plates I know. That's why he provides them in his Brutal Wrecked Savage, all those series, right? Brutal Savage Wrecked series, right? What else? Yeah, people overall, I think there's
people who like all three of them. I personally am okay with all three of them. I do like them all. I would just pick whichever you haven't tried, really, realistically. I would just try whichever you haven't tried. I think that's the only way for you to really know what's it's gonna be like. Like, it's hard to say because I don't know what you're going to be building with, what kind of switches, how heavily do you type, what kind of case, you know. So I would say just give it a shot. Just give it a try. I personally think you can't go wrong with any of those three materials. I personally am a big fan of all three. I use polycarb quite a lot. I use POM in some cases. I've tried some FR4 here and there. So, yeah. Has anybody ever tried to make a plate with multiple materials? No, but personally it kind of sounds stupid because it sounds like too much work for too little reward. TBH with you. Yeah. To be honest, that's how it feels for me. It just seems like too much work for too little reward. Do you have a 7V yourself? I do not have a 7V myself. Nope. Where are 7V extras going on sale on novelkeys.xyz? If you haven't signed up for their newsletter, you just should sign up for their newsletter because they always send out all the information first on their newsletter before anywhere else. So the newsletter is the primary source that I use for novelties. So yeah. And really, for any vendor, you should be signing up for the newsletter if you're trying to be up to date with things. I've been seeing a lot of 7V plateless builds. Yeah, of course, I'm not surprised at all that there's a lot of 7V plateless builds. It's because it's rather, you know, like people tend to use keyboards with plates, so plateless is like one of those things that is more interesting for, it's like more, it seems novel to a lot of people, so that's why people will try it more often, right? Of course. Okay, maybe it's time I rip these out, actually. I'm just gonna do that now. I'm gonna be trying to build my Tomo with 4Fs. Oh, cool. Those switches I heard are pretty nice. I heard people really like those switches too. I haven't tried them myself. I actually do have a bag of them that I haven't yet lubed and tried for myself, but yeah. Sorry, I got a text, it seems. What's going on? Okay, never mind. Huh. New glasses I like. They're not new, but I basically had them at the same, I got them at the same time as the other ones, but I use these a little less, I guess, because I use the other ones a lot more. Yeah, that's all. But I got them at the same time. I got the other ones from Warby Parker, and I got these from iBuy Direct. I just ordered them both at the same time because I was comparing prices, and I was like, huh, I just want to see if they, you know, if these work out for me too, and I like them, so I got to keep them. Did I hear Nunu? What? I didn't say anything. Oh. This plate is Interesting. I didn't realize this plate has some cuts in between in the middle. We need some leverage here. So these plates have these like cuts in the middle. You guys see that? Oh wait, can I show you? Like right there, has these cuts in between the rows. I didn't even know that there was that. Huh. Oh, new. Oh, I see. Mi amor. Hello, my friend. How are you, buddy? How are you, compadre? Compacho, compadre, compita. How are you, my friend? Mi cariño, oh my god. Alrighty, have you tried these mint linear switches from Dino Keys? Nope, I have not. How's it going today? Today's freaking hot, man. It's so hot outside today. I mean, or it was hot outside today. Or like lately, it's just been so dirty hot, man. It's just been... I've been suffering with this heat. Literally not getting any work done. But that's just the life, man. That's just the life. Doing okay otherwise, though. I've been doing alright. Been eating healthy and, you know, trying to be as productive as I can regardless. Yeah, it's good. Life's going well. Life's going well. Hold up. AC, you're too loud. Let's see. Oh, see ya later, Gam. Have a wonderful night, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. A bit easier to work with the 6.25 compared to the last time I did the 6U. All right. What's the needle for? The needle is for, it has, this is for when you are like, Krytox 205 is bussin'. Respectfully, sheesh! Just kidding. It's for injecting lube into the stabs whenever I feel like filling a bit of the empty space in the stabs. Yeah. It's for bussin' time, that's right. But yeah, it's so basically whenever I feel like sometimes the stabs are ticking or something, like or like there's a little less lube and I don't want to undo the whole thing, like if I don't want to take out all of the switches again and take out the stabs, right? If I don't want to do that, what I will do is I will just take this syringe that has some lube inside, right? And I'll just lift the insert here and I'll just inject a little bit from the back side of the stab. So basically a lot of the source of a lot of ticking for a lot of stabs is going to be the tip of the wire, is the very tip of this circular cross section of the wire, that like topmost edge tends to tick along the inner walls of the stabilizer. So when you fill it with some lube there, it will it may stop the ticking. It's not always the case. You don't want to do too much, because if you have too much lube, you might cause like a kind of like a, like, you know, like when you have like stickies, like, you know, like some kind of glue, you know, it's like kind of like that, like sloppy noise. Like, you don't want that. You don't want too much. You just want enough to cover the space. So that's what I use it for. That's what I personally use it for. Some people do it differently. Everyone has their own way of doing their own stabs. I personally have had success with the way I do it, which is always apply sufficient lube when I'm brushing it over, and then the syringe is just for final touches. It's really just for fine-tuning small little bits. It's not always going to be like, you know, stabs are not always perfect. And also I would say that for stabs specifically, like you always the reality about stabs is that they're not gonna remain perfect for forever. So having like a syringe like that can be handy for the times that I need to just reapply some lube when the keyboard's already built. So that's actually why partially I prefer 205 right now, because 205 is a little easier to work with when you're like kind of like when you're applying it just pretty much however you want, even with a brush or with a syringe or whatever it might be, because XHC BDZ is too thick, so it's a little bit harder to work with. It gets a little messy is what I should say. So I prefer 205 because it's a little easier to manipulate for me, but I think everyone has their own opinions on that. Actually, I've kind of met some people who are like, oh no, XHC BDZ is the easiest or the best, and if you do it right one time, then you won't have to ever mess around with it. But I personally do not believe in the perfect stabs, like tuned stabs. Like, you could tune it now, but it might not remain perfect forever. Like, that's just a fact. So when I, like, you know, I of course do a build service for people, I don't guarantee that the stabs are gonna remain perfect forever. I will try my best, but it's just a little bit of a thing that's always might be imperfect from doing keyboards, you know, from building keyboards. It's just not always perfect. How long does the tuning last? Hard to say. Pretty much varies. I've had some boards that have lasted like many months, or even like a year or longer. Like, I don't know. And some stuff just doesn't last too long because the lube might shift around, or maybe the like room temperature. I don't know. There's like all kinds of environmental factors maybe that affect it, but I don't really have control over, so I don't know. I can't predict it. I just know it's not forever. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's just not gonna last forever. Yeah. I'm surprised there isn't any new stab technology yet. So the reason for no new stab technology, I feel like it's because we're dealing with pretty small tolerances. And I feel like maybe, well, the industry doesn't really care. First of all, the enthusiasts care, but the industry doesn't. Like, I mean, look at cherry stabs. These have been like the industry standard for so many OEM keyboards, but put them in stock, they're pretty shitty, right? That's the industry standard. That's the baseline standard for the industry. So the industry's not going to invest in something with such small and tight tolerances when they don't really gain much from it themselves. The enthusiast market is not that big. It's bigger now, but still. You know what's forever though? Our friendship. Aww. That's true though. Our friendship could be forever. That depends on you, Josh. Actually, well, no. I suck at keeping up with people, so I do need to work on that myself. I actually very much suck at keeping in touch with like my friends. 205 is more forgiving? Yeah, I would say so. Never perfect stabs? Is that why you stream 2-hour stabs? Sheesh, that's right. That's exactly right. That's why I take my time with it, because I would rather get it right to the extent I can, rather than try to rush a build that might not have good results, right? That's all. This plate a little bit tight. Stab endgame is a lie, correct? I'm trying out the FC mod on my Trinity, only the spacebar though, because I have no patience. That's the reality for me too. I just have no patience for FC mod, holy mod, yada yada mod, stuff a band-aid mod, sheesh mod. I don't know, man. Like, I have no patience for these like extra mods. I would rather just apply some lube with a syringe some other time, you know? I just can't bother. Daniel, hello, my friend. The way stabs are right now, there's no way to tell. Yeah, it's 2021 and we still have shitty stabs. This is correct. These are facts. These are facts. Jesus, these like these like cuts between the rows are making the switch insertion process like so much more difficult, because the plate keeps sinking when I press. I have to like leverage it in. It's not that the plate is really tight, it's just like the rows are sinking in as I'm putting in switches. Do you like H1s? I do like H1s quite a lot, yes. Which stabs do you prefer the most? I use Durock stabs the most these days. Cherry stabs are fine, but yeah, Durock stabs I think are probably the most reliable nowadays. For me. What we should be thankful are the stabs we tuned along the way. Also, Ryotaro, I'm sorry about the about Automod. Sheesh mod kind of bussin'. I pretty much only use clip-in stabs for my own builds now. I'm even getting lazy to screw in. This is what happens, dude. It's the reality though, I think. The older you quote unquote get in the community, the more annoyed you are by all these like complicated mods and shit. Like you just can't bother. You just once you have a system working for you, like that relatively works, that's what you settle for, and people just kind of move on with their lives, you know? And yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. It's like I kind of feel comfortable doing my stabs with 205, and now I'm just settling with it, you know? I have a lot of 205 to use anyway, so I have reasons to, but more importantly, oh, I also realized I'm sweating bullets because my AC, I turned off my AC on purpose earlier for the stabs. It's getting really hot. Alright, there we go. That's flush. Alright. Alright, lavenders I found are also just tight. Yeah, lavenders are tight. I actually threw away like 6 or 7 switches earlier. Or like, well yeah, earlier meaning when I was lubing these switches, I threw out like 6 or 7 switches because the housings were too tight. It was actually not even it didn't have to do with the films. It was just like the stem and the housing was just not too good. I checked everything else though, so it's fine now. But yeah, I threw away a few switches while I was modding these for the client. But yeah, it is true that lavenders are a little bit on the tighter side, kind of like Gatings, similar to Gateron switches. That they can be a little bit tighter on some switch plates. As long as they don't bind or anything, it's fine though. I was struggling putting them into my Tengu, I see. Diego, thanks for the stab loop tip. Turns out the tip of my stabs was the cause behind the ticking. Oh, very nice. Cherry are fine, but the wires seem very inconsistent. This is true. The wires can be very inconsistent on Cherry stabs, for sure. I don't know if anyone has this problem, but my H1s feel a little tactile. I assume it's the 0.15 films. Yes, so I do remember... Not sure if you guys remember that Nathan once built an N-dash. It was an N-dash that was custom anodized in like this mushroom gray sort of color. And he had these H1s with, I think, idyllic films, which are pretty thick. And that was the source of why he was struggling like a lot putting those into the plate. So I do think that H1s do have a relatively tight tolerance for the housings, and also using thicker switch film. Thicker switch films is gonna give you trouble. So just something to note. So if you are having trouble with it, try to remove the film and see if it fits more easily, or if it's giving you that tactility issue. Normally, that is indicative of a very tight housing. Or the plate being too tight for the switches. Basically, it's basically pushing it. It's basically compressing the switch from the side of the housing, which is going to basically compress on the stem and then create that sense of tactility when it's supposed to be a linear switch. So yeah, try that. Try taking out the film. Do you think Durock V2s are any more consistent compared to Cherry? I think... Whew. I'm like really hot right now. I drink some water. But yeah, I do think Durock V2s are pretty consistent in general. I mean, I haven't had any issues with Durock V2 stabs so far. So, if that says something. Nine Walker, thanks for the podcast, Rec. Oh yeah, that's right. Am I doing regular or step caps lock today? Let me double check that. I am doing... Oh, it doesn't say. I'll ask. Is the East Coast experience so hot right now? Yeah, seriously though. Honestly, it's been brutal. It's so bad. Should invest in a huge Yeti bottle for summer streams. Very true. I actually do have one of those cold, one of those thermos, the insulating ones. I do have an insulating bottle actually. It's not that I need something cold right now. It's just humid. That's all. It's just very humid. Yo, Dennis, what's up, my friend? How you doing, buddy? I've been okay though. Need dehumidifier? Well, AC is technically a dehumidifier by nature, so. Is it? Yeah. It's basically so like dehumidifying is basically like a side effect of the way ACs work. But what ACs do is they remove heat is basically what they do, right? They're conditioning the air, right? So. But in doing so, it removes the moisture as well. That's why if you're in a very like air conditioned room all the time, your noses can get dry and stuff. Wait. Ayo, Super Body Pup Tart, what's up? Hot dog or ketchup on your mustard? How about all three of them together, regardless of which one goes on top of the other? I would do that. H1s versus Hyperglide Blacks. If one is after the clack, I would say go with Hyperglide MX Blacks and lube them very lightly with like 3204 or 3203 maybe. I think that would be a good choice. Alright, hot dog in bun or bun in hot dog? Of course, hot dog in a bun. I like putting my hot dogs in the bun. Do you recommend breaking in hyperglides before lubing? I think it's a marginal improvement, but if you really have a strong feeling about it, sure. Personally though, I don't bother because I have no patience. Alright. Can you imagine a reverse pig in the blanket though? No. Do you lube the Aqua Kings for the other 7V? I did, yeah. I lubed those with 3204. 205 was too thick for that one, so I did 3204 instead. Are H1s clacky? They can be. It pretty much depends on how you lube them. You can every switch can be a little bit clacky if you don't lube them very heavily. But if you're using like 205, you're definitely gonna drown out the sound, so it's not gonna be that clacky, right? The goal is if your goal is to make relatively clacky sounding switches, you should not lube too heavily. Lube is really gonna affect the sound like a ton, so just be attentive to that. Yeah. Okay, making sure these are clipping in. Sorry. All right. Hold. Hot dog like taco. Wait. Hold hot dog like taco or hold hot dog like hamburger. Oh, of course, like a taco, man. I eat them like this. Yeah. Like taco, of course. No doubt. That's an easy answer. It's also much easier to grab it like that. In general, you can one-hand that thing. Do you feel it had too much factory lube? And thoughts on the feel and sound? It did have some factory lube. It was actually not the factory lube that was the issue for the Aqua Kings. It was actually that the tolerances for the switch parts were a bit tight. So if you're using Aqua Kings, I would recommend buying some extras so that in case you have to just like, you know, switch them out. Like in case like the tolerances are a bit tight on some of them and you just don't think you're getting it right, then have some extras around. I got lucky because that batch that I had ended up being okay. But definitely a bit tighter tolerances for those parts. Like especially the top piece and the stem were pretty tight with each other. Yeah. Okay. Thoughts on the feel and sound? The feel was kind of standard JWK. Sound was okay, but again, kind of tight tolerance. So like, I feel like it sounded a little bit kind of poppy, but it was fine. I don't think I would buy like a whole new batch of them though, because I just kind of don't care for the novelty of fully transparent switches. I would rather just buy like alpacas or something. I honestly really like alpacas. They're so reliably good. Same with like, I don't know, Gat inks can be pretty nice, I guess. But yeah, I tend to not overthink about switches. Do you even have an ultrasonic cleaner? Nope, I don't. Do you wipe off lube? Do you just keep in lube on top? I often just lube on top though. Is that a lab spatula? This is a spatula from a iFixit toolkit. But basically it's the same as the lab ones. Like it's the same kind, yeah. Do you like H1s with cherry tops? I don't bother with the mods because too expensive, and I don't really Franken switches are, I'm too lazy with Franken switches, so no. I mean, if I have extra cherry tops, sure, why not? But otherwise, I don't really care for it. Are pigs in the blanket just pork Wellington? Reverse pig in blanket to a hot dog with soggy bread in the middle. Ew. Mess around and use some different stems I had around. Oh, cool. Which do you prefer, Aqua Kings or SP Stars? I have not tried SP Stars actually, so no opinion on that. Sometimes when I'm not that hungry, alpaca light lunch. That's a good one. Alpaca light lunch. I love bad puns, man. Or actually, that was a good one, TBH. That was a good pun. Alpaca light lunch. He's depressing the plastic tab on the switch to get it in better. No, I'm not actually. What I'm doing with it is this. Let me show you what I'm doing when I use the spatula thing is actually I'm actually using the plate as leverage. So like if this doesn't go in too well, I'm basically slotting it in here and then using it as leverage to press the switch in. Or on the other side here, you see how there are these cuts? I'm just putting in the spatula there, or like trying to like use it as a leverage point and then press so the switch goes in. That's what I'm doing. Like, yes, it might scratch the plate a little on the side, like on the inside of that part, but who cares? I would rather have a switch properly clipped in than have the plate look like minusculely, like in a minuscule way nicer or whatever. Yeah, but the switch should be clipped in fully. So, yo, Jomi Carlos, hello. How are you? Hello, Smart Dongseng Diego, Mr. Dr. Huru. How are you, my friend? How are you, Hyung? I'm not too smart, but you know, I'm doing okay. I've been really unproductive in lab these days. the hot weather is totally bothering me right now, and so yeah. I'm here all week. So getting it in better, just not like I thought. Yeah, pretty much. Same purpose for sure. Does it ever make sense to put switches into plate and then put into PCB, or does it not work trying to align so many pins and holes? Actually, it does work. You can do it that way too. Yes, you can do exactly that, 8 Pebble. Sometimes when I get very tight plates, I actually do that. I've done it a few times before. Because it's easier to insert switches when there's no PCB, like to go through, because you can just press through the plate and you can hold onto the edge of the plate for leverage. So yeah, that's doable. The only thing is you need to be a bit skillful on how you align the PCB from the other side, right? When you get to put the two pieces together. I usually try to start from the middle and then outside. Like start from the middle and then basically fanning outside, because if you start from the edges and you bend the PCB or the plate assembly, it's gonna be really tough to get some of the. It's gonna be really tough to get some of those switches into the pins, into the pinholes. Yeah. But yeah, that's another method for sure. It's a method that you should definitely consider if you have an extremely tight plate or extremely tight switches on a plate, and that you still want to use that plate and switches. Yeah, that's the way I've done it before. Will the PCBs always look so gorgeous? Yeah, no, seriously, it's so nice. This blue also came out like beautiful. Do same thing with hooked tweezers. Yeah, I could use hooked tweezers, but the problem with hooked tweezers, the reason I don't use these hooked tweezers right now is because I just feel like I'm gonna bend tweezers. So I just use the spatula instead, because it's more metal, more rigid, a bit easier. Recently did some 60-gram longs in Lavenders with TX films in my jelly epoch, and the sound is sensational on the polycarb plate. Cool. Good to know. I have not tried the jelly epoch. I know that some other streamers have, but I haven't. I heard it's a very good sounding board. That's all I know about it. People have said good things about the sound of the epoch, jelly epoch board. With all those flex cut, is it pretty flexible with FR4 plate? I don't know. I personally don't think these flex cuts do much, TPH. But, I mean, whatever. They're there. I don't really think they do much, though. Because I feel like once the switches go into the switch holes, you know, there's like so many rigid points, basically, right? Like, all of these are basically rigid points around these flex cuts, so I don't feel the flex cuts do anything. They're just there to bother you when you're inserting switches. I don't know, TVH. We're doing regular full touch caps lock, because that's what I was asked to do. I think Franken switching is kind of dope, but it's a rabbit hole I refuse to pursue. Yeah, it can be a little bit of snake oil too, I guess. because you don't know what's gonna happen. And what if you end up spending all this money on all these different parts, and then you end up not liking it, basically. You kind of, yeah. It's fine if you just happen to have all the parts. I think that's fine. If you happen to have all these parts and you just do it, it's like, okay, it was worth a shot. You gave it a shot. You didn't like it, you go back and, you know, do it differently. That's okay. Doing Franken switches at least once is nice. Yeah, I think the experiment part of Franken switches is pretty nice. You get to try it, and you get to kind of play around a bit. And you kind of feel like you're doing some keyboard science shit. People are here swapping JWK parts with JWK parts anyways. Facts. Facts. I don't even lube anymore, just buy alpacas. Yo, alpacas are so good though. Seriously though. Alpacas are so good. They're great stock switches, not gonna lie. Like, if you don't want to lube and you get alpacas, I don't blame you. It's good. It's a good switch. I mean, for sure that it's a lube switch is always nicer to have, but I mean, if you're really lazy, whatever, man. Do you. Y'all making me want to try alpacas? I think you should try them. Why not? They're super switch. They're super smooth linears. Although I think they're out of stock currently, but I actually might have a bunch of alpacas, so maybe I could just send you some at cost, people. I'm not sure how many I have though. Actually, I don't know. I need to check. I might have used them for other builds though, so I don't know. I just don't remember right now. Okay. They're so good, they're always out of stock, rather. I was curious though, would an FR4 plate pretty much be similar to plateless build? Would it? Well, no. So even if it's an FR4 plate, you still add a little bit of rigidity because the plate is compressing on the sides of the switches, right? So I think any plate would still kind of add a little bit to it. So I don't think it would be the same as plateless. Also, the sound would definitely change because you're basically putting a layer of material on top. So the sound would change significantly, I guess. Like if you're using an FR4 plate versus no plate at all, I think that would change a bit. So there's that. Heaps of rigidity. Yeah, exactly. You're adding rigidity on each edge of the switch, like all like on the square around the switch. Like you're adding rigid points there. All these points of contact are rigid points. So you're most definitely adding a lot of rigidity to it. I mean, it's the only way you could say that's a comparable thing is if your plate literally does not fit the switches. But if your switch is clipping onto that plate, you're 100% adding something to it. Yeah. Is mech market still hot right now? Not as hot as New York City. I'd say T1s are great stock as well. T1s are pretty neat switches if you like those kinds of tactiles, yeah. I actually modded so many T1s when I did this group commission sort of thing. I did like a group commission for a company, and like I like looped like I don't even know how many fucking T1s I looped. I think I looped like 500 T1s or like 700 T1s. With films and everything.
I cry a little bit until the paycheck hit. Yeah, that was me for sure. That was 100% me.
It was a good experience though. Like, as in, like, the people who I was working with, they're like the nicest people. Super understanding, super flexible and stuff. They kind of really let me do my thing, so it was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Alright, sounds in. Cali is cold as shit right now? Really? Cali is cold right now? What the fuck is wrong with the world, man? Turns a flat plane into a space frame. Yeah. If Prime KB is going to restock alpacas on the 21st of June. Thank you so much for the information. Thank you. Now you know, folks. If you're not sure if you need switches, you should just buy some extra in case. Sometimes the molds go bad and the new versions aren't as good as like the Gattings. Yeah. Some people do say that too. Debating Gat Black Ink versus alpacas. Kind of seems similar. I would say, well, I mean, they're slightly different switches for sure. People have their opinions about them. What a sick company that they buy custom keys for their staff. So it was actually not for their staff. It was actually so I can say it now because I'm out of NDA now. But what I did was I built like a dozen keyboards for Capital One Bank. They were participating as a sponsor of the Amazon AWS conference, reInvent conference last year, and they were basically giving away custom keyboards, like a dozen custom keyboards for free. So but the whole idea behind it was we have an expert in keyboards who will build these keyboards for you to your liking. So you could choose like a key set, you could choose the color of your keyboard, you could choose the type of switches, so linear or tactile in this case. I pretty much struck down clicky as soon as it came up because I was like, it's not for the office. Everyone hates clickies after a while anyway. Yeah. But yeah, that was a commission I did last year. What was the case? I just did at the time we did KBD 75s because that was what was in stock and was easily accessible because I had to secure all the stock beforehand, right? So like I actually had like 15 keyboards in my room, like literally sitting in boxes, and had like thousands of switches like sitting in my room, and like, you know, thousands of switch films and like whatever, and like all that stuff. Were you doing software engineering, Cabin One? No. I was hired by them to do something. I was hired by them as a keyboard builder. Would you say you're a hoarder? Absolutely, yes. I don't need to deny that at all. I absolutely am a hoarder. People know that I collect a lot of shit. I know I'm a hoarder. Yes, I know, absolutely know it. I have a very strong tendency to collect things. Like, since I was a kid, I used to collect coins when I was a kid, and like paper bills and stuff like that. I did Yu-Gi-Oh cards for a while. I did like I collected like the 50 states, like the quarters. I like collected all those. I like, yeah, like that kind of stuff. And then, I mean, most recently, of course, keyboards and that kind of stuff is like what I collect now, like artisans, right? But yeah. What's the crown jewel of your hoarding career? I have no idea. Oh, something I might be a little bit embarrassed about is that I think I have the full Smash Brothers roster in Amiibos. Or at one point I did. So that was a little embarrassing, but I definitely did that at one point in my life. Thank you for telling me that I totally wasted all my money. I mean, that's very encouraging. I love being told that I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, it's okay though. TBH, I don't regret it. At least it's not as bad as like buying a shit ton of. You never played Smash? I did, of course. I played a lot of Smash. When I was in college, I would play Smash like every day. I get the collecting aspect. I'm just salty that Nintendo's implementation of them was trash. Oh, I actually do agree that the implementation of Amiibo was pretty garbage. You ever get the hoarding FOMO feel from stocks or investments? No, I don't. Nope. Why? Because I don't have the capital to do stocks like that, so I don't feel the FOMO from it at all. Yeah, it's definitely far less egregious than some other stuff, for sure. I definitely see the practical aspect of things first, before I collect them, so yeah. But the 50 quarter stuff was actually pretty fun, because those were easy, right? Like, you could just, you know, they were just quarters. So, and they were fairly widely available, for example. But yeah, I collect stuff like that. I don't really like. I wouldn't call myself like as in like I hoard, quote unquote, is more of a reference towards like I like completing like collections and stuff. Like I definitely enjoy the aspect of collecting to complete sets. For example, like in Artisans, I collect like colorway sets or like sculpts or like certain things, right, that I like, that I identify with specifically. I don't just collect everything for the sake of having it. Like that, I think that's pretty dumb. I definitely like, for example, like see where I'm gonna use it first. So yeah. So yeah, if it doesn't have a utility to it, I don't tend to buy things. Yeah. But you know, different ways to justify that kind of spending, I guess. Definitely don't just do it for the sake of it amassing up in my room or whatever. Okay, let's just double check now that everything's fully flush. Everything is looking very good now though. This little spatula thing definitely helped a lot. Okay, looks better. Okay, looks good on the second row. Third row. Good. Wait. No, yeah, that's good. Fourth row is good, and fifth row looks good. Okay, great, we're good. Other than keyboards, I like to collect records. Oh, okay. I like to think they're not as useless as some things. Records as in like vinyl stuff, like music, right? When you start collecting off print magazines and stack them in your room, and then you know you're for real hoarding. Yeah, okay, off print magazines, that kind of stuff, oh for sure, like stuff that you will never read, touch, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely pretty bad. But that's why I would say, like, when you say crown jewel, like what's a crown jewel in my collection that was particularly useless, was definitely the Amiibo. Like that was the one thing I collected that was totally useless after a while, because the implementation was pretty trash. Yeah. Other than that though, almost everything that I have collected I use or rotate on a very frequent basis. Like Artisans, Keycaps, keyboard stuff, I actually rotate those a lot, like very often. So I always get to use them, and I always have like certain like use cases for them. Yeah. How are the Lavenders? These are good. These are very nice.
collect that in GMK group as I'll never see. I mean, don't get into that, but what's the Switch y'all think sounds good? I mean, these lavenders are nice. Sometimes I just forget stuff is coming in. Okay, I don't forget stuff is coming in, but I don't mind it if things are delayed and whatnot. That's a white leaf 80? Yeah, it is a white leaf 80 with no engraving on the top and above the arrow cluster. I bought this secondhand from somebody else, and they explicitly requested no top engraving when they bought it from Fox Lab. Yeah, I got the secondhand though. Alright. Because at the time I wanted an E-white board. Alright, let's get soldering now. I think we're good now. Great. Let's turn on that iron. Oh, only stuff I actually enjoy though? Yeah. Speaking of artisans, while I'm a casual collector of them, I don't know nearly as much about their history as I do keyboards. I think I was on Kimchi Jody Boy's stream the other day and he recommended you as a source on artisan history. People recommend me as a source of many things history for sure nowadays, but that's because I am very interested about like keyboard and keycap history. I'm definitely like well acquainted with it. Yeah, it's actually because I talk about this stuff a lot with some specific people in the community. There are specific people in the community who are avid collectors or just like to talk about these kinds of stuff. They're like very nerdy and stuff, and eventually when you talk about it enough, that information just stays in your mind. Choosy Q, hello. He's a fine connoisseur of miniature figurines. Oh, I meant to say brass, not brag. Alrighty. Let's get this fan going now. Well, it's like the first custom GMK set. The first custom GMK set was GMK Triumph Adler. It was run through Drop. It was back then it was called Mass Drop, but it was run through them. It actually had R5. That was the first custom color GMK set. Before that, we only had like GMK Originative or GMK White and Black essentially. GMK Dolce was pretty popular. And a few other like classic retro, like kind of like beige sets and stuff like that were more normal. There are a few other stock color stuff out there. You can just check. There's like a website that has all the GMK sets that have been run. When did Miami first run in GMK? I think the first run of GMK Miami was with Originative actually. I think that was the first run of Miami in GMK specifically. Yeah, can someone link that page? It's like the Matrix J GitHub page. Here, I have it right here. There, it's in chat. Dolce was a GMK set? Yeah. Well, I mean, the original Dolce was from... The original Dolce is from the Dolce Pack keyboard. It's from an original keyboard that was made by the Dolce company. And it was made by Cherry. It was made originally by Cherry Corp. And then a GMK set modeled after that original keyboard was made later on and was first run by Ivan Ivanovich, who was a very popular name
among group buys on Keycap back in the earlier years of Keycap, but he you can look his history up. It's a long story, but yeah. He eventually ran off with money and key sets. He went into the book of scammers. Despite him having run dozens of successful group buys. Even was a moderator and on Keycap, so yeah. Back when the community was just mostly comprised of individuals, not corporations or companies. We trusted individuals to handle things, and yeah, so this particular person eventually ran off with a bunch of sets and money, and then resold said key sets that did not fulfill on eBay, of which I have a lot because I actually know that somebody bought a shit ton of them and like gave them out for free. The long con indeed. Really want to know why? I mean, other than like money, I would say most people who do these kinds of things are motivated by both the temptation of money and emotional turmoil normally. Like they either go through something that might be traumatic in their experience, or they might simply have like psychological trouble that like kind of gives them a lot of anxiety, and these kinds of things are one way of such escape. And it's not to like stigmatize people with like, you know, like particular like anxiety or trouble like psychologically or like, you know, or like even it's like psychiatrically, but I do think that they tend to be motivated more than just money sometimes. But it's a mix. In the end it is malicious, right? Like in the end the bottom line is that it's wrong to do so, and it sucks that happens, and there really is no pity to be given to people who maliciously do such things. I personally would not pity them. It's strictly speaking, it's immoral and wrong, unfair, specifically to people. So yeah. Surely there's a slew of reasons that they could justify for themselves, but is it fair? No, it's not. It's not fair. I'm a madman, that's why I like keyboards. Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff though. Like it's true though. Like some people, I mean, let's be honest guys. This hobby attracts, specifically at the enthusiast level, this hobby attracts people who are very either like type A, who are very like, who have addictive personalities, who are like very prone to addictions. It definitely attracts a certain kind of person at the enthusiast level, to be very specific. And specifically for those involved in the vendoring, or in the, not vendoring, but like in the organizational or like logistics side things too, you know, like they are a certain kind of person as well. Like they are good with these things, but it takes a certain kind of person to do all these things and to take it upon themselves and to like passionately carry themselves forward in the community. So yeah, I mean I'm sure there's like many reasons or factors to consider rather. Like he took the money, bought the sets anyways, and just sold them. Seems like more work than he needed to do. So bizarre. Yeah, bizarre indeed. But the thing is, Jeff Leopard, you know, if he had taken all those sets, right, those key sets, I actually think the reason he sold them again on like eBay was because there was no other place where he could get the most value. Only enthusiasts would find it on eBay and purchase it from him, regardless of that history. Regular people would not necessarily do that, right? So he was extracting the most value out of that at the end. What tools should I have when building my own keyboard? First time watcher. Hello, Asuna Choi. Hello. I do have a page, !gear, where you can go to my kit.co and there's a keyboard building tools section where you can check out all the stuff I use. I try to detail some of the reasons why I use them, but if you do have any specific questions, you should definitely ask in chat. But for basics, you might need a soldering iron if you're doing some soldering. Of course, solder, something to clean that with, and then you might need, I mean, safety tools are of course important. Sometimes, of course, having a screwdriver set, pliers, tweezers, that kind of stuff is always useful tools to have. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in chat. I do have a Discord server as well where I can answer a lot of these questions more specifically after, like, you know, when I'm not streaming. So do !socials or !discord, and you can find a link to my Discord server where you can also ask questions later on. Yeah, and people tend to be pretty helpful in our community. So if you do have concerns, I think people tend to be pretty nice about it. Why the heck did people buy them if they knew he was a thief? Because there are also people who aren't aware that he was a thief, but they are keyboard enthusiasts as well. So they might not know who he really is. So the people who knew did not buy from him. But there were also people who were like, but I want this set anyway, so I'm gonna buy it. There is an irony to that, of course. Some people are selfish, right? Like, people can be selfish and they might be like, but I want this set anyway. I don't care if, because, like, let's say you were not a victim of the theft, but you decide to buy a set from him because you're like, oh well, but I still want the set that I missed out on, or whatever it is. Some people are selfish like that, and some people would decide to do that, right? Risk for the biscuit, indeed. I bought a reproduction model F77 almost 6 years ago, and Ellipse is finally starting to deliver them. Gotta be one of the longest group buys in the hobby. Archeril, I also actually bought, I got an F62 Model F. I also participated in that group buy. Still waiting for my 280. Damn, feels bad. Yeah, definitely lots of group buys out there that require more attention, or that hopefully are fulfilled soon. I mean, it always gets me nervous when group buys go for too long, because the longer they go for, like, the longer they delay themselves, the more likely that the runner is to give up on it, or to kind of like rely on the aspect that people will like give it a pass. I'm not pointing fingers. It's like it just can happen. Like it's just one of those circumstantial things. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, obviously the best hope to have is that they don't, you know, like no one's a liar or no one's scamming somebody else, right? Can't wait to get mine. It's pretty sweet, the F62 or the F77. I personally am pretty pleased with mine. I think it's a perfect reproduction of Model F. Like pretty much perfect. What were your hobbies before mechanical keyboarding? Dim Sum Han, I used to do photography. It's like a side gig for a bit. I used to do that with a friend of mine. He would do like, you know, studio stuff or wedding stuff, that kind of stuff, like shoots, like portraits or like landscape shoots and stuff like that too. I would accompany and help. I did like lighting tech with him, so I learned a lot of photography stuff from him. But I was not like the main photographer. My friend did most of the work. but I learned a lot of my photography stuff from him. I used to do that and get co-paid from it. I did some photography by myself, but that was like for fun. I used to play, well, like right now I haven't, but I used to play a lot of taiko drums. So taiko is Japanese drums. And I used to perform with a community group, and I also created a collegiate group back when I was in school. So I was responsible for that, and I used to go to workshops and conferences and performing in community events. Maybe the biggest event I performed in was the Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington DC. That might have been the biggest event I've performed in. But yeah, I used to play music, so music was a big chunk of my hobbies. Before keyboards, or like even during keyboards actually. I just haven't done it lately since COVID, right? What else? Yeah, those are my main ones, I would say. That, and maybe like sometimes I would do some cycling when I used to have a bike, but I don't have a bike anymore. I sold my bike like many years ago, but I do want to get back into cycling, or like at least some sort of derivative of that I would like to do again. Yeah. Waiting for Ryuki round 2, actually waiting for any kind of update would be nice. Yeah, I know that Mint... I'm a little bit ashamed to be affiliated with Mint Autumn right now, just because of the way the Ryuki round 2 group buy is panning out. I still have faith that Jack Static will fulfill, but it definitely gives me a lot of anxiety to know that a lot of people are waiting on the updates and like even any kind of reliable information. I personally do not think that the information provided thus far is reliable and easily trustworthy, just because it's kind of it's an argument kind of full of holes, I think. I definitely get a little anxious about that. I am a little bit ashamed, but I do have faith that, you know, like he's not malicious specifically, but the circumstances are kind of pushing him to, I don't know. It's hard to say. Ever wanted to travel to Japan? Absolutely, I would love to travel to Japan. Traveling to Japan is definitely something I would like to do, and it's basically like in my bucket list. I would love to travel to Japan, just to get to know the place. Of course, because I played taiko and stuff, I'm of course interested in knowing a lot of the culture and getting to explore a lot of different like provinces and regions in Japan that I haven't been to, and like more than beyond just the main things and the main big cities and stuff, main big hubs. I would love to go to Japan. It's a very expensive country to travel to, though. See, it's crazy to see Keycap price slowly climbing. People are still buying $400+ for sets. It's bonkers. Oh, it's absolutely bonkers. It's pretty crazy. I also think that's insane. People who are paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for GMK sets just because they are like out of group buy and stuff, and because people are just baiting them on Mech Market and people are still buying, it's ridiculous. Crazy stuff. I really am very surprised that prices are like stabilizing at this new equilibrium. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's insane. But yeah, unfortunately, what's kind of annoying is now that he's only updating SE buyers, not the general buyers, which has more people. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, it's frustrating, no doubt. Make sure you go to Osaka. The food is insane. Ooh. Oh, so yummy. How fast was the turnaround of GMK when you started? It was still kind of long, I would say. Let me think. Oh, actually, let me go back. How about I have records to prove it. So, my first few group buys. Let's see. Or like back when I started. So GMK Terminal. Okay, so GMK Terminal round 1 had a group buy start in. I paid on January 8th of 2017, and it shipped to me in June of 2017. So it was 5 month lead time for that. GMK Honeywell was about 6 months. GMK Soare was about 6 months. Yeah, when I started, GMK was about 6 months to 6 to 8 months basically. And then it was around, let's see, yeah, 6 to 8 months lead time. So wait time basically doubled. Yeah, but the community is about, how many times bigger now? The community? I think the community might be about 8 times bigger now? I don't even know. Subreddit stats. Let's look up subreddit stats. The community is like, it's like 8 times bigger now or something like that. It's crazy. Alright, subreddit stats. Let's go to mech market specifically. Mechanical keywords does not help because mechanical keywords is very open, very generic. So when I started back in 2016 December. So 15K, and now we have 212K, right? So 212 over 15, right? That's 14. The community is 14 times bigger than when I started. 14 times. Yeah. I mean, you can see it. It's a power law here. It's basically, it's like doubling like every year or something like that. It's pretty crazy. Like the community has exploded in the past 2 years. Specifically in the past year. Like 2020 January 80K, 2021 174K. Yeah, it's pretty insane. January 2021 178K. Today 213 or 214. So yeah. Yeah, no, it's insane. The volume of this community, like, it's crazy. How many of those are your alts though? Anyway, yeah. Aftermarket for GMK sets was like 170 to 180 US dollars for like many years, actually. Several years. Maybe up to like 2019. I think I could buy a lot of sets for 170, 180 US dollars aftermarket base kits. Pretty good. But I think starting from 2019, it just kind of exploded. Because 2019 was a year I think a lot of things happened for Nathan, like Nathan Kim, right? They had types. He had big explosions in his popularity. He was featured in like Business Insider and like, you know, like big tech news stuff, and of course there was like the big Tfue build and Scara and all these things. I think Scara was like 2018 actually, but I don't remember. And then COVID, of course, 2020. Yeah. We like Fortnite. Yeah. Tokyo could honestly take an entire trip by itself. I bet. Tokyo. Do you have an Excel to track all you have? Yes, I do. I have an Excel. I have multiple spreadsheets to track all my expenses, stuff that I own, that kind of stuff. Trades, all kinds of stuff. I track everything about keyboards, or at least I track actually everything about my spending in general. I track everything pretty much because I have a very tight budget actually, so I actually have to keep track of everything. Otherwise, I can't like be responsible if I don't manage it like that. I've been micromanaging my finances for the past 10 years now, pretty much. Ever since because I was financially independent when I was in like college, so yeah, I've been managing my own stuff since then. Anyway, let's test this guy out now. Totally forgot to do sponsors today, but I will announce a few things that are currently relevant. So let's just move really quickly over them. So Canon Keys right now has Uwu Beige add-on kit and White on Black. They also currently have... Whoop. Just noticed that you got the Samurai Snoopy on display now. Yeah, it's over there. Thank you. Alright, let's see. Let's open up Via. They also have, so Canon Keys right now has GMK British Green, GMK Beige and Uwu add-on kits, Beige and White on Black add-on kit rather. And then we go to, and then next is we have Kinetic Labs. Got a bunch of switches and desk mats and whatnot. The newest switches are Hippo Linears, and there's the Huskies coming up. Then let's see, Novel Keys. Novel Keys tomorrow is gonna have extras for 7V Classic Blue, I think Cam Wraith, and a few other things. I just don't remember. Skyrider I think is tomorrow as well. I have a list here. It's gonna be 7V Classic Blue, Leech, Wraith, Skyrider, and the Rama Wave Keycaps tomorrow at 9 AM Eastern. They go live on novelkeys.xyz. Okay. And for group buys, we of course have GMK Analog Dreams and Digital Nightmares for by P. Wade and Cam Little Dragon right now going on. And of course we have other accessories, and you can purchase things with a 5% off coupon using Thunder on checkout. Omnitype, starting with GMK Symbiote by Piku Alu, designer of GMK Dracula, very soon. So in a few days we will have that on omnitype.com/lightning. Prime Keyboards, the Alpaca restock is going to be on the 21st of this month, and they have Cobalt Palms and TTC switches among other things, like my favorite stabs, like the Durock V2 stabs that I like a lot. They're there. Project Keyboard currently has Sirius Keyboard. It's a Palm or Polycarb made keyboard at 60%, and we will have hopefully Bingsu coming soon to there. Then we have Salvin, who has Welbotech PCBs as well as apparel and all the collab information. Space Cables or Space Holdings currently has GMK Lavender up until the end of this month as well. And of course there's keyset cable collaborations if you need something color matched to a specific keyset. And they have desk pads in stock as well. And most recently I announced that Lboard, so Lboard is lboard.store, keyboard supply reached out to me recently. We have a 5% discount there. If you use the promo code Lightning, you can get some Durock. There's like Everglide stabs, there's Durock switches. There's, oh, if you have a 7V, actually, they have protective films for the back of the weight, the stainless steel part. If you need a protective, like a protective cover, they have that on lboard.store, and you can use the promo code Lightning to get 5% off. And if you access the store using my affiliate link, also you can get, you can provide some kickback to me. All right, okay, this is done. So let's assemble this bad boy. Do you prefer black stabilizer wires over gold ones for Durock stabs? Yes, I do. I prefer black ones. I like the look of the black ones a lot better, personally. You can indeed use code Thunder for 7V tomorrow, but I would advise you to be, you know, fast. By the time you type them, it's sold out, yeah. a ton, I'd say. Yeah, 7V definitely will go fast tomorrow, so if you want to try and wake up and do that, then... Alright. Let me open up the 7B build guide again, because I just need to know the position of the thingies. Alright, let's open this case up for now, though. I can't wait to get DMs about whether there will be an R2 after extra sold out. 100%. Just close your DMs now, GOG. just a pro tip, close your DMs right now. Just close them. Just close them. Just don't bother, dude. Just close them. Instagram, Discord, just close them. Close all the DMs. Where can I pick up a 7V for release tomorrow? On novelkeys.xyz at 9 AM. They're gonna go out for extra sales. It's not ghosting the community, just closing your DMs is fine. AI03 closes DMs all the time. You can close your DMs, whatever. Who cares? I would close my DMs for sure. I don't need to hear the community bitch about how they like couldn't do first come first serve. I fear 7V will always elude me. I'm tempted to also try it tomorrow, but I don't have money for it, so I'm just gonna be responsible and not do it. Yeah, that's all. Alright, let's undo this part for the contact pad. Happy I pulled the trigger on 7V. I have to say, I was also quite tempted, but yeah, I have to spend responsibly, so. Imagine being responsible. You picked up the Tomo? Nope. I have not picked up the Tomo yet. I'm not sure if I will. I am not sure if I will. Because of money. Monies. I wish money grew in trees that were near me, but they don't, so yeah. Don't we all? I know, right? I know. Zenith might be coming soon though. Oh yeah. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting about that. Pretty excited. Moz Zenith is gonna look good. Oh yeah, Moz gang, let's go, Moz gang. My man. Alright, do you think GMK Classic Blue extras will go quickly tomorrow morning? Maybe. Ooh, I guess it's good that I didn't post the GMK Classic, not GMK Classic Blue, but so I have a set that basically looks I mean, it's the inspiration for GMK Classic Blue, which is the LZ Blue on white set. You guys should be glad that I didn't post those photos today, because I would have, but I didn't. So, yeah. So maybe that would hype up people to buy tomorrow, but I guess I didn't post those. I posted the Rect 1800 instead. Alright, let's put the gaskets on for this guy. Oh, the playlist ended. Just realized. Posted after the extra sellout. Oh, the salt is gonna be so real. But I will anyway, because I have to. I want to post the pictures at some point. Yeah. All right, let's put the gaskets on. Gaskets take a while, but yeah. All right. So it's on the top piece only, right? Top piece only. The set you have is all blue monochrome. It's all yeah, it's white. It's white. So the set I have is supposed to be all white base and blue legends, and then there was an optional kit in that same group buy. I did not participate in their group buy actually. I actually got the set aftermarket. I actually paid a dirty amount for it, because I wanted a set like it. But the key set basically is yeah, it's all white base, blue legends, and then the optional kit was basically the modifiers, the blue modifiers. Yeah. Changed from Moss to Halt because I didn't have enough sets of GMK Olive. Halt is a good color though. I did not go for Halt because I think red is a very strong color, and I don't think I have enough to have too many red things. I already have a few red boards, so I mean I have 2 red boards, but I'm happy with them. So. How much do GMK extras usually go for? 180? Yeah, I think Novel Keys tends to list them at around, yeah, somewhere between 160 and 180, I think. I think it's usually what they went for before. I actually don't remember. Actually, on the extras page, there might be some, I mean, like the sold out listings might still have the prices on them for like VOC or for like other sets. So maybe those pages might be an indicator as to how much they would be when they go live tomorrow. So you could check that, maybe. Actually, just don't remember right now. Waiting for red alert? Yeah. It was either try and get extras or get GMK Laser R2. Planning to put Sloth or Noir on Oro Jewels. Oh, cool. I did not get Sloth. I got GMK Bread though. I want that to ship at some point soon, but that's gonna be a while actually, because GMK Bread ran late last year? Forget. It's a while back, but it's not close enough. We're still far from those sets. I mean, GMK Dolchar 5 is also delayed by a bit, so I'm not gonna be seeing a lot of these sets for a while. How do you feel about Ibis? I think it's a cool board, dude. I actually like the idea of the 0.5U, I mean, what was that? The smaller blockers. I like the smaller blockers actually, dude. I actually don't like left-hand side only like blocker. I actually don't like it. The when keyless blocker only on the left-hand side, I actually don't like it. Like on the Singa or the Q, I actually think it's I actually think it looks pretty bad. But I think it's a nice board. I mean, I'm not sure if I will get it, but I like the layout, so. But I feel like if I had a need for that layout, Ibis is a great board to go for. Like compact 1800, function rollless. What do you think of jewels? I don't know, because I don't have one. Well, I haven't seen one either. I mean, there was that whole thing about the jewels units being slightly different from the final idea for, or the final files for it or whatever, but I mean, it's a cool board. I like what Zambamon does with his designs, personally. I like his design language in general. I really like this, like the side curves especially. I really think they look pretty clean. It's too bad that Jules is 65%. That's probably the main reason I wouldn't get it. It's because it's a 65. If it were a 60, I would have gotten it. Or if he had done Vern as a regular group buy, I might have gotten that one too. But yeah, Sam was coming out with some great stuff for sure. I mean, I'm definitely gonna go in on. I definitely want SAR, the 1800 one. That one's pretty exciting. So yeah, pretty excited about SAR for sure. The decent ship already? I think no, not yet. Oh wait, I missed a few of these. No, the decent hasn't shipped yet. I think it's I think it's in anodizing right now, or it's like finishing up. Pretty sure it's on the tail end of things now, though. I don't remember. Probably need to ask Salvin. I'm not following that group buy, so I don't really know all the details. But I've seen some of Salvin's stories. Pretty sure decent is in the works, so, but it hasn't shipped for sure. God damn. Seems like Salvin would be overloaded, especially on limited salvation. Looks like he's going to do the SAR. He has plenty on his plate for sure, but he's working on all these things, I think. I don't think Salvin is a person to commit if he knows he's not gonna do it. But to be realistic, I think it would be entirely reasonable if things are delayed, because yes, there are a lot of projects and there are a lot of things to do. But I imagine things would get delayed because of supply issues or something like that, like bought parts, but like bought aluminum, like chunks of aluminum, but they didn't ship until now or something. Because right now there's a shortage of everything, you know, shortage of chips, shortage of raw materials here and there, and things are going more, things are more expensive and whatever. It's just a pain in the butt these days right now. Like post COVID, like production has just definitely seen has gotten hit, you know, because of like demand too, and like certain industry halting. So. But yeah, I don't know the status of a lot of these buys, so can't say much about it. Says finishing on his site with QC afterwards, so you just gotta wait. Nice. Noxer 378 thoughts. I don't have specific thoughts, but I mean it's a 65% with XT columns on the side. I know that Oz might be here in chat. He has seen it in person. Tony was here earlier. I'm not sure he's on now though. Lolstacks did a stream with it, so you might want to refer to them. Yeah, you might want to refer to the people who have actually seen it. Can't tell you anything about a board I haven't seen. Or at least, I personally don't try to make opinions about anything I haven't seen in person. So. It's rather pointless. It's basically speculation. Thank you, Oz. I really appreciate it. They announced a few brass bottom ones this morning. Interesting. White or black 7V? Up to you. That I actually don't know. People say black though, so black it is, I guess. I would go gray to be honest, but yeah. I actually would do gray for 7V. If I had gone 7V, I would have gone gray. I'm almost 100% sure I would have gone gray. Gray boards are so good. Getting a gray Vegas, and I think they're great. Yeah. It's great. It's so versatile. But yeah, I have a lot of gray boards for sure. But yeah, well, I have a lot of boards in general, so there's no walking around that, I guess. But yeah, I tend to not pick black very frequently anymore because I do have a number of black keyboards, so I personally feel pretty satisfied with them. So I try not to pick the same colors many times, or at least, you know, just do have a lot of them. So all right, gaskets are done. Just gonna put it in a different bag. How about that? Alrighty, we are done, I think. So let's assemble it all together. Goodness. I feel like I've gotten slower building stuff. Not that it's a problem, but always pre-loop stabs, but I'm too lazy to do that. Okay. I have blackboards all day. Yeah, not me. They get boring after a while for me. Also, I actually don't like that they accumulate dust so easily. They collect quite a lot of dust. Hydrate. Oh, I haven't checked my redemptions. I shall hydrate. Endor Phantom. That's a cool name. Alright, chat, start thinking about what key set we're gonna put on this guy. I have some sets here, so start thinking about it. Oh wait, we're doing Handerbite for a typing test, that's right. John redeemed that, so we're gonna do Handerbite, I guess. But if you want to see a different set, choose something else too, while we're at it. I'll go with Handerbite, but you can choose a different set if you want to see something else. So, yeah. Can you drink New York City tap water? Yeah. People actually love the tap water here. Yeah, you can definitely drink tap water. People are actually kind of proud of the tap water here in New York City. So I personally filter it anyway because I'm just like that, but yeah. Oh, looks nice with the FR4 plate though. Platelets look pretty good, but FR4 plate also looks very nice. Looks very clean. I like the look. Alrighty. Hyperfuse Origins? Okay, alright. Hyperfuse Origins it is. Alright, Gawk decided. So, Hyperfuse Origins after Handerbite. Let me go get Handerbite first. I was gonna redeem Skull Squadron and make people mad. You should have done it. You should have redeemed right away, Jeff Leopard. You're too slow. I like Skull Squadron. Do you want me to try Skull Squadron? I actually don't know if I have. No, I know I should have the compatibility actually. It's 6.25U, so. Yeah, no, that would work, actually. I think that could work. If you want me to do that instead of HFO, I can most certainly do Skull Squadron. It's DSA too, which is something that you don't see anymore. Definitely don't see much DSA these days, so. I see that people are trying to hit MOQs on DSS sets, I heard. Apparently hitting a 50 MOQ was hard. Hard work. Hard work. Sure, haven't seen that in ages? Okay, sounds good. Nobody ever redeems it? Yeah, I don't think people would redeem it on a normal day. I would say it would take me making an executive choice to pick it, or for someone to redeem it, for it to be seen. I think it's a cool set though. It's like one of the very few DSA sets that I actually like. The other ones I like that I would have kept, I don't have anymore. DSA Hana is another DSA set that I really like. DSA Granite is a classic that I like a lot. Yeah. There's a few DSA sets that are pretty nice though, to be honest. Final numbers of Handerbite pretty wild. Oh, of course. People have finally seen the light. I was watching McMurlin's 7V VOD and he put SE laser on it. I turned off stream before the typing test. Wow. Peach is toxic. Straight up, just close the stream. Damn. Did it start as a meme? No, it's not a meme. Well, yeah, okay, sure, it kind of is a meme, but it's based on an actual demo keyboard that was made by... Was it Cherry? Yeah. It's actually it's based on a real thing. It's based on a real object. So it has its value in being historically relevant. Oh wait. Wrong size of the keys here. Everybody looks good on E-White. I don't know what people are talking about. I mean, yeah, I think it does look pretty okay on E-White. That is for sure. Let's put a fun keycap on this. Oh, I forgot that I put a hander by delete on here. Or was it? No, oh, this was from Classic Blue. I should put it back later. Alright, I'll put it back some other time. Let's put something fun. Like, maybe this one? Maybe the Yeti? Oh, this Yeti is perfect. Alright. Alrighty. There it is. Ta-da! I see Handerby and think of Nub. I don't know why. It's because he always had a knack for whack color schemes, Jeff Leopard. That's why. He's known for his vivid colorways, you know? So I can see why you think that way. I actually could think the same, because I mean, he did Skeletor. Nubinator, he did Skeletor, so Skeletor was actually his set, so yeah. Very loud colors is what he goes for. He likes those loud colors. There's an artisan slot here. Oh, that's true. I could use a different one too if you want, but I think this is okay for now. We're gonna change the set as well anyway, so. Alright. Let's get a typing test open. Really, I didn't know that. Yeah, he did Skeletor through Originative back in the day when he was still active. Yep, he's the designer of GMK Skeletor. The more you know. Alright, friends. I'll turn off my fans here. I'm a newbie and I'm going to build my first keyboard, wondering if the Akko keycaps are any good. I actually have not tried the Akko keycaps ice cubes, so I can't really tell you. I'll have to look at them. Do you have any DSA height artisans? The ESA height is pretty low. Maybe. I'm not sure if I do have a lot of things. No, I think most of my caps are like cherry profile or taller. Tend to be. Alright. So let's give this a shot. So today we have lavender switches on an FR4 plate on a 7V. So let's give it a shot. Here we go. Yo, aiming, hello. I made a lot of mistakes, but it does sound very nice though. Let's give it one more try. Actually, I want to hear it myself again. Let's give it one more try. All right, here we go. Ah, 120, meh. Oh well, whatever. So something was kind of ticking on the spacebar. Maybe I think it's ticking on the right a little. So I'm gonna put some more lube in there in a bit. But yeah, all right. Here are the mods. Alright, that's what it sounds like. And I'm gonna put some lube on the right side of the spacebar. It's kinda, not sure if my spacebar is bent, but we'll see. It only ticked when I pressed on the left side, which makes me think it's the right side that's ticking. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfecto. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Whew, it's hot. I'm gonna turn on the fan again. Great keyboard indeed. It does sound and feel so nice actually. If I close in, you can actually see that it has quite a bit of, stop shaking, quite a bit of flex to it. You can see the top of the keycaps here, especially right here, they move when I press down. Quite a bit of flex, definitely much less than the plateless. Plateless is definitely much more flexible feeling than this, but FR4 sounds and feels very nice. I would do plateless for the novelty, but this FR4 plate definitely feels very comfortable. Big fan. Yeah, this is muy bueno. Muy bueno. Very, very nice. And if you want to take a closer look, here we have our 7V. Front. Here's our back. A little dirty from the touching. There's the back part here. I love the USB port. It's pretty nicely done here too. And the side profile, which you have probably seen now, but here it is. Very clean. Very nice. I like the intentional seam between the weight and the case. I actually do like the look of that. If it had been completely all together, it might have looked a little off. Yeah. Alright, let's get the DSA Skull Squadron. Where should we get that? Let's remove these caps first, I guess. Yeah. Wait, let me go get the set first. So, BRB. I'm gonna go get the key set really quick. Alright. I think I have it here. Hyperfuse? Well, nope. I thought it was HFO. No, so Gawk said, sure, let's try Skull Squadron. So we're gonna give it a shot. Because why not? It might look pretty poggers, you know? HFO no doubt looks great on white though. Silver also looks great with HFO. I mean, if you want to look at HFO, I have it on a keyboard right now, so I can show you it. If you want to see what HFO looks like on a silver board, I do have my HFO on my K. If you want to see that, I guess tell me in chat. But otherwise, yeah. Just trying to make sure my dude's tendies didn't go to waste. Oh, no, he made the choice after I asked, so yeah. So no wasted tendies. Speaking of tendies, y'all make money today from the GameStop meeting, shareholder meeting or whatever. Will the stainless steel weight scratch easily? Yeah, probably. It's polished. It will most definitely scratch at some point, yeah. Like, very easy to get those dirty or smudged or scratched or whatever, because of polished. That's the life of polished weights. It's just hard like that. Alright, let's try this. Man, even the spacebar is like slightly dirty or yellow or I don't know what it is. What's the opposite? Okay, let's see. 12, 5. So what is this set based on? It's based on Macross, I think, pretty sure. You can look it up on, it's on Keycap. It's based on Macross, I think. Macross. If someone can find it for me, it's definitely on Keycap though. One thing I do like about DSA is that it is profile agnostic, so you can, it's uniform, so easy to find things. Wait, do we have yellow? Yeah, yellow stripe. Okay, yellow stripe. 8907. Plus goes on, no. Plus goes below, on top? Below, on top? Below. Plus goes on top. Oh, plus goes on top. I'm bad with this. Ooh. Can pick the board up tomorrow. I might be busy tomorrow, actually. I do have an appointment after work, so I'll have to let you know. I'll keep you posted. This way? No. Okay. Is it this way? home. And then oh, kind of stands out. Maybe. What does it say on the caps lock? It says UN Spacey 001 VF-1S. Yeah. Yep. Maybe I'll just put the escape key on this. Or, oh, the eject key. Ooh, nice. Pretty cool set, though. Spacey donuts. Oh boy. Alright. Check this out. Look at that. This slaps. Whoo. This actually looks really freaking nice. Alright, let's try a typing test with DSA today. I haven't typed on DSA in a while, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, let's see. Yeah, no, this looks pretty cool. Alright, let's give this a shot, shall we? Alright, here we go. This is DSA Skull Squadron, which is our PVT keycaps, I believe. Or no, wait, are these ABS? No, I think DSA is all PVT, but here we go. Ooh, the uniform profile is throwing me off a little. Okay, I need to like pay attention. Ooh, 130. Ooh, pretty good. Pretty good. Look at that. Dank set, dank typing stats. JK. But okay, here's the mods. Ooh. Spacebar. Yo, this sounds pretty nice. It feels pretty good too. How does it feel comparing to traditional plate gaskets? Oh, the 7V is like a little trampoline. It's a really nice type feel. Hopefully I can type on linears. Oh, you can definitely type on linears. I think it'll be fine. Most people convert from tactiles to linears in their journey through MX switches, I think. Wait, F? What do you mean F? Did the stream die? Huh? Did stream die? What? Hello? Just me, I refreshed? Oh. Weird, okay. I got surprised, sorry. But yeah, this looks. I really like how this looks. DSA Skull Squadron would definitely buy DCS or GMK of this, but I like the look of centered big legends from DSA profile. It actually looks so good. Very unique set for sure, though. It's kind of a rare set, really. But this slaps hard with E-White. It's really so good with E-White. Especially with the stripe, the yellow stripe row on the num row. Looks so good. But yeah. Pretty nice, huh? The yellow stripe is really what makes this set. It's not gonna lie. And yeah, it has to be ABS because of these caps. You can't do PBT. You would have to reverse dice up these black ones, or they're like more like dark gray. Sort of dark gray color. Yeah, it would be sick if this reran in DCS or it was running like GMK or something. Such a nice colorway. Yeah. How do you like your little Z? It wasn't mine, but very tinny because it's made out of steel. The little Z. It's made out of steel, so very tinny inside, very echoey, very heavy though. That thing was super heavy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, dark gray. Yeah, dark gray colored mods. What's your favorite 75% to date? Ooh, the 7V is definitely up there. But let me see what other 75% I've built. The 7V is definitely up there. I mean, I like the Singa quite a lot, even if it has the compressed 75% layout, because it's just standard top mount stuff. And when I rebuilt it with the palm plate, actually, it felt much nicer. So I really like that one. Let me see other 75% though. Let me see. I built the LDC LSM, QD75, Duck Octagon, V1, V2, V3. I've built a bunch of Singas, Xeno. I like my Xeno personally. I like my Xeno after the plateless build actually. The plateless Xeno actually types really nice. I actually enjoyed that one. The E7 is a nice board too. But I think I didn't like the sound of the E7 as much, but the look of the E7 V1 was actually super nice. SAT 75, I was meh on. I'm not huge on knobs, so SAT 75 not for me. What else is there? 75%. Primus, yeah, Primus was okay. It was okay. I think the 7V is a little better than the Primus as far as the consistency and how it sounds and feels, I think. But the Primus can be a good board too, because last time I just did put some shelf liner in there, and that was enough to make it okay. And I also think those switches that I used on the Primus that I built last time are kind of interesting. the Queen linear switches, those were like, the upstroke was really heavy because they have a long spring and the upstroke was like really pronounced. Let's see what else is there. Zephyr is a 65, so not Zephyr. I said Xeno. Xeno is a 75. Yeah. Let's see, was there anything else? Can't think of anything else right now. But yeah, I would say the 7V is definitely up there. I like the RGB from Octagon, for example. I like the side, so I like the side of Octagons a lot. Like duck sides, I personally am I have a bias towards duck side profile. I like it a lot personally. But I like my Singa for top mount. The 7V is nice for something like this PCB leaf spring mount sort of thing. Yeah, I'll say those three are probably my. And then the Xeno, like the plateless build for the Xeno or the palm plate build for the Xeno felt really nice too. Personally, I actually really like the ergo clears that I have in the Xeno right now on there. Actually, well, I have it right here, right? I showed you guys the Xeno earlier. Here's the Xeno. The Xeno in plateless. Own Ellie Alice style keyboards. I do own a TJR Alice and a Nunu. Alright, it's super hot, so I'm gonna turn on the AC again. I'm sorry. What do you mean? What do you mean, Miyago hands, Poner? What are you crying about? But yeah, the Poppy spacebar is actually like. But yeah, the ergo clears in this particular board are excellent. Really, really like them here. Okay, Wilba. They're always here. They just lurk. They're always here. Especially if I stream at night, they're always here. I know them. But yeah, this 7V with linears though, if I had money, I would buy a 7V tomorrow, but I'm saving. I'm saving money. I'm gonna save. I spent like 3 times what most people spent on CRP, and now I'm broke. So no more keyboards. What am I saving for? I'm saving for paying for food, rent, and things like that. I'm just saving for the sake of saving, for the sake of not having to buy another keyboard right now. That's all. Just trying to be responsible. That's okay. You can save. You have a third one to build soon, anyways. Okay. Even if you have money, what are the chances? Very low. That's for sure. Thought you were saying for a special keyboard? Nah. I wouldn't be saving for a special keyboard. I would just buy that special keyboard right away. Because I do have money on the side, you know? Like, I save outside, but I just... When I say I'm saving, I just mean I'm trying to not spend. Yeah. Trying my best to not spend. But yeah. Let's see. That's all I got for today, I guess. Let's see if anybody's streaming at this hour. It's 2 a.m. here somehow.
Mint Logica is streaming. Okay. I see Mint. I see Deck One Bell. I see. That's it. Not me. Oh, well, there's some people I don't know. There's a Mushy Alex. Apparently, Species 65%. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, we can raid either Mint or Deck One Bell. Let's go raid Mint. For how long is she gonna be up? She's been streaming for a while. Who's Mushy? 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 Yeah, Mushy Alex. Do you wanna raid this Mushy salvaging cut diodes? Species 65% part 3. Apparently they're salvaging some diodes. Too many good major figurine sales popping up, that too. But I don't win those anyway, so yeah. Alright, let's go raid Mint. I kinda owe it to her, so let's go raid Mint. Alrighty. Gonna hit the bot anyway, sounds good. Oh, you cannot. Oh, she doesn't have raids enabled. Wow. That's toxic. Alright, let's go raid Duck. Alright, Oz, Bupil, Lana, Mr. Fro, thank you so much. Thomas, have a good night. Everybody, have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you, nerds. No. Good night, everybody. I'll be streaming probably maybe over the weekend. Gotta prep some stuff, but yeah, I'll be busy otherwise. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Have a good one at Dex. Just chill out. He mixes cocktails and drinks and does keyword stuff. Just talk to him. He's a pretty chill dude. All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you, nerds.